Okay, welcome to the number by number episode. And today is Monday, January 12th, 2026, the first podcast of the year. And this is actually the 71st episode we've done. And today the topic's going to be about let's argue and agree. And I think this will be an interesting topic for tonight. And later on, Juju and Josh will join. And it'll be really fun to hear from Juju and Josh soon. But I will start talking about my past couple weeks since our last episode back in 2025. So my past couple weeks was nice. I had a nice couple days off from work on New Year's Day, and I relaxed on Friday because I wanted to get some sleep. And I always worked on Saturdays at a local store. And that past Sunday, the 5th or so, didn't really do much. I just chillaxed. Then I worked pretty much every day from Monday to Friday last week. And actually, this past Thursday, I actually joined this thing called Bowling Buddies, held every Thursdays in Waltham. And Friday, didn't really do much after work. And I worked this past Saturday. And yesterday, I went out with Juju, Xavier, Josh, and Alex to this Uno's place in Dedham. And yesterday was the last day for Uno's to operate. And we did speak to some of the waiters there, and it was really heartbreaking to see them working on the last day. But we certainly wish them the best. And hopefully soon enough they will find other opportunities. And then today I worked. And that was my past couple of weeks since our last episode.
Yeah. So my weekend has been good. So I've made progress on the passport stuff, which is good
Good.
because I completed one page. The other page I do have to complete. Um it's interesting, like the new year has been quite eventful for me because like my mother has had is going through a lot medically, and then the other part is it's we visited. Well, my mom is fighting my father in a divorce case, which I won't go into here. And I it's been really cold here in Texas. Even though it's really warm, there's like this kind of chilly breeze, which is kind of strange because it's 60 right now, but it's really cold in here because the AC wasn't fixed.
Mm.
And by the way, so the group that did the housing work, apparently the main guy who did it had a sit over to kind of go through, and it turned out that not all the things were fixed properly.
Hmm.
And so we're gonna get the new guy, but we just have to wait and see. That's the key thing. And yeah, I feel like days have been going by fast.
Yeah, we're almost halfway through January.
Yeah, it's kind of scary because like ever since 2020, it's like been really fast.
Mm.
But like before 2020, it just felt normal.
Yeah, as you age, the time flies by as you're older. I feel myself that time flies by when you grow older.
I mean, I don't like that, but okay.
It is what it is.
Well, like, yeah. I mean, yeah. Um, but the key thing is, it's that it works out. And the question I would have, just a question, it's just like, what do you do about it? What do you do? You know,
Hmm.
it's, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, people grow old these days, and it's fine, but people are getting more and more angrier.
Hmm.
Yeah, so yeah, so you've done bowling.
I've done bowling, yes.
Yeah, I think bowling is a great thing. I've done bowling once or twice or three times. I'm Bowling is not my thing. I'll do it, but bowling is not my thing.
Hmm.
Yeah. So okay, where do you want to start off with this? I guess it's let me okay. Let me I'm gonna name names here because for you know what I'm saying. But apparently, an ex friend of ours decided to do something really fucking stupid, and it caused one of our friends to message us out of concern and anger because this ex friend decided to do something really stupid. Correct?
Yeah, by showing up. Well, not showing up, but he admitted to researching our friend's home address on website, and then begging him to unblock him to make amends. And yet, our friend doesn't feel ready to do that. He felt that having space would help him mentally. Because if he that's his friends again, and to the point where it's not going to get any better, it's going to cause more tension.
I
And
would I would agree that for toxic friendships that space and time can heal things. The part I would give a hot take, a cold. It's not right. It's my take. It's time and space and time can't heal everything because for stalking situations like our ex friend, you can only solve it through certain means legally.
mhm, that will benefit him, but not really the rest of us. He only focuses on what he wants more than listening to what we want. And that's the problem. So to give context, he is really, I would say, lonely in terms of not having someone to hang out with because he felt that he couldn't find anybody that shared something in common with him. And so that's another reason why he'd rather spend time with us, is because he felt that we had something in common. But because of his behavior, but because of his hostility towards us, not thinking about what we want and not respecting our boundaries, not respecting our schedules, this led us to not want to spend time with him because of what he wants more than being more flexible with our schedule. Look, I understand you're feeling bored. I understand you may not like how our schedule is. It's just that you got to accept it. And it's never too late, but we had to end, or most of us had to end the friendship with him, is because he crossed the line. He crossed the boundaries. After informing him, these things won't work out. and yet he's demanding more. He's demanding response. He's demanding to spend time with somebody.
Yeah, I totally agree. I don't disagree with anything that has gone on with our ex friend and ours, because it's like we have tried to give him so many chances, and it really came down to a certain friend of ours to give him a restraining order for him to listen. And it now it's like he's going after other people to get to this friend. And this friend, it's like, why? Like, we agree on all of this. It's just the reason why I wanted to highlight it. It's because why do ex friends have the fucking nerve to go after a person like that, especially through a voicemail? It makes no sense to me. You admitted that this particular ex friend of ours literally got information of this person that you know very well, and is now threatening your friend. That makes no fucking sense.
Exactly. And the problem is he doesn't accept the outcome of why our friend filed a restraining order against him. The thing is, there's a reason why the restraining order exists, but he wants to bypass that restraining order
By
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 reaching
going
out to us.
but so to clarify, he's violating it through a third party that is not our friend, correct?
Right.
Okay, that is talking one on one.
Oh, also another thing I want to say, this ex-friend that we're saying right now,
Mm-hmm.
it's like he needs to grow up. He there should be it should tell him that our friend has moved on from him. But why hasn't he moved on from our friend? Why is that? Is he desperate? Is he feeling left out? Here's the thing. I mostly did initiating for him to do other things like joining clubs, joining social events, to join some recreational activity. This is something for him to take advantage of when it comes to networking. It is hard. It is hard to network with someone, especially for anybody that you feel that you don't have anything in common with, but you never know till you try.
And that is a good thing to say, because we're not saying that as a bad thing. We're saying
No,
that as a good thing.
we're trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, right? We want him to really take the time to explore outside of the group, so that way he can be exposed, and that's just one way to keep himself busy. But another problem is he's not working. Another thing is, unfortunately, he's not working. I hate to say it because he's using up his time going back to us to tell our friend to drop the restraining order. I mean, he's probably said it to a few of our friends so far. He felt that the restraining order against him was ridiculous. But why was the restraining order taking place in the first place? This is something that he needs to understand and to realize that whenever he causes an action, whenever he does something, it's hard to take back the things you do. This
Yeah.
is why the restraining order exists. This is for him to learn the lesson.
And to be more clear, Massachusetts, I believe they have strict. Do they have strict restraining order laws?
I believe so. I think there'll be something telling them to stay away for a certain amount of feet from or yards from the person, stay away certain amount of yards from someone else's house or work or school if they attend the school or any business. or any locations. The thing is, it's really tricky whenever you go out somewhere and if you see someone who filed a restraining order against you, you have to either walk away or someone has to walk away. If you already saw them, you know that if you already knew the person's going to be there anyway, why show up? Or why can't you go to a different store, different location? If you know someone's going to go food shopping, if you know someone's going to utilize that space. And yet there were times where I would see him, actually this was during the baseball season last year, there are times where after restraining order was granted, I would see him watch our friend. And there was a moment where he was very close to our friend, and one of the coaches told our friend to step to a different location after the restraining order was granted. So I think my advice is that if someone files a restraining order against you, this should be a sign that no one wants you anymore. Someone's already moved on from you. You can't just sit down all day or even years just to think about that friend. You may have feelings, but eventually that person who used to hang out with you has moved on. Our friend has other priorities they have to take care of.
Yeah. And by the way, that voicemail that your friend got is fucking bullshit.
Another thing too is he also admitted saying he looked at our friend's home address, which is another stupid reason, another stupid thing he's admitting or confessing.
Which is fucking bullshit.
So why the hell are you going after him? So here's the thing. If you know, you need to see some sign of why our friends are steering away from him. It's not just about one particular friend who filed a restraining order, but because of his actions towards us, causing us to distance ourselves from this person. So is he not paying attention to the signs? Or if he pays attention but doesn't feel like he doesn't realize it? Or maybe he's doing it out of spite to get people's attention. Whatever it is,
it's fucking bullshit.
Right.
I don't mean I don't mean to sound it like that, but it's true. It's like, and kind of transitioning into like what we're doing, let's argue and agree. It's like, why the fuck are you doing this again or trying to do this again?
Bullshit there.
Yeah, it's like
knowing the restraining order is already taken place, but he chose to ignore it completely, going behind our friend's back on purpose to get our attention. That's what it sounds like to me.
Which is utter bullshit, because it's like, we know what you did the first time. Why are you doing it again?
And this has been going on for several months now since the restraining order has taken place. If you think about months, right? Why aren't you working? Why are you still thinking about that friend?
And
it's like, why are you wasting time? It's a waste of time.
And you have had to confront him about this, correct?
I have, many times.
and it did not work, correct?
Right. He doesn't care. He doesn't want to listen.
So we have one friend who has it. Another friend, which is your friend, might actually do it. So it really comes down to, and I hate talking about this. You and I have talked this off air. We hate talking about this for the audience. But because it keeps on happening over and over and over again, we are constantly affected by this and we have to constantly talk about it, even though we don't want to.
And yet he chose another victim. He already chose another victim.
And this your friend is the victim, and he might file the restraining order.
You, and it'll go down the chain. He might find somebody else after my friend. He could go after someone else.
By the way, could you explain for the audience what this voicemail was and what did your friend do?
Yeah. So on Saturday, sometime this weekend,
Mm-hmm.
my friend got a voicemail from this person actually saying, "Oh, I want to reach out to you that your friend shouldn't tell you to block me for some reason, and I know your address, and please unblock me because I want another chance. And the friend who told you to block me has no right to say that." Well, just because our friend told my other friend the situation doesn't necessarily mean that our friend wants our friend to block this person. So my friend who got the message, he chose to block him even way before the voicemail was sent. He made the choice to do so. He knew it affected him so much, and he tried so hard to. Initially, when my friend found out about the breakup between our friend and this person, I hate to say it, but I guess he didn't really get two sides of the story. I guess it was really hard for my friend to comprehend what's going on. But he can see but he had to look at the tactics that our ex-friend did, admitting about telling the address, asking for people's address. That should be signs that you shouldn't hang out with people. Especially it's definitely a red flag when someone asks you for someone else's address. That should be the first clue. And then he's been stressed about this for a couple nights now.
Yeah, so okay. I do agree on this premise. Toxic friendships are not good. Toxic relationships, right?
They do exist, unfortunately.
Yeah. So the key thing to take away from is number one, and most importantly, number one, is to not, and I mean this to everyone who's watching this, do not stalk someone or have someone stalk you. That is not okay. And if you're stalking someone, by all means, let law enforcement take you. If someone is stalking you, have law enforcement take care of your stalker.
We've actually done it before. Our friend actually did.
Yeah.
He felt like it was necessary to do something to protect herself. And yet she still is uncomfortable going out to this day. especially with this ex-friend we used to hang out with, who's capable of showing up at people's houses because he has the capability of looking at people's address. He even has a bike. He can take public transportation. And yet, the thing is, he's not working. He doesn't work. So why isn't he working? That's the question. Why can't he prioritize his well-being? Let's work first. Find a job. Or, if you feel left out, he has a dog. Why can't he walk the dog? Why can't he walk out with his mom? If he has a bad day? Or why can't he make new friends? Instead of just sitting down all day thinking about the past situation, knowing it's going to take a while to fix the thing, or it's not going to be worth fixing the problems that he caused. It can take forever to resolve things, or they just simply might move on from him.
Yeah, it's really crazy to me. Like, and we can get into something different if you don't mind, but it is fucking stupid. If you ask me, because the fact that we have to talk about this again is fucking absurd. It's bullshit. It doesn't make sense to me. And the fact of the matter is, I can't believe this happened again, but to your friend, who
Right.
who you know for so long.
It could happen to other friends that he may know. I think he's doing it to get attention. Maybe he doesn't accept the fact that he got a restraining order, but this is what he gets for not listening. As a matter of fact, our friend wants to extend the restraining order once it expires. So the amount of damage he did with our friend, this is what you get. And now you're going to another person, and then you're already damaged that person's reputation. And if you file a restraining order, that should be a wake-up call. That should be a wake-up call. You don't hear back from those two people. You may not accept, you may not like it, but this is what you get.
Yeah.
It's too late to take back the things you do. Too late.
Yeah, so I do agree, but ultimately, yeah, so is your friend still okay? Is he okay?
I feel like he's doing okay, but at the same time, he's not. He's doing okay, but he's still traumatized after the fact, and he's trying to find some way to move on from it. But he definitely wants to protect his family too. It's because our ex-friend sent his address through the voicemail, which is shocking. And we actually have a few of our friends who still talk to him to this day, unfortunately. Here's the thing. I may not like it. May not like when our friends interact with him. You know who I'm talking about. It's their choice. I can't make them not talk to him. But at the end of the day, he's going to take, if they're going to be the potential victim, this is another reason why we try to tell them. That should have been the first thing. Why did he mention our friend's address to one of our friends? Why? That should have been the first call. That should have been the first clue. And yet the problem is one of our friends still talks to him, which is really absurd, fucking insane. What if you're going to be the next victim?
I don't get it. So yeah, it's just like we. How long has been this? How long has this been going on?
Before the restraining order, I think at least maybe 3 or 4 years. I think the first time it happened, I guess our friend and ex-friend, when he has the tendency of losing money every time he goes on a trip. And there was one time when we went to Canby Lake 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. He went on the water slides and brought his phone without realizing that the phone could get damaged. And he couldn't live with his phone for a while until somebody bought a phone for him. So he has a tendency of misplacing things. And whenever he's out of money, he would ask our friend to cover his portion or ask them to pay for his items or and whenever we go out to eat, knowing he doesn't work. And yet the thing is, he's taking advantage of the resources we have. And the most ridiculous thing he said was, "Oh, you make more money. You should be responsible for paying the whole thing since you make more money." That's what he said to me one time. So he was part of this group chat, or maybe he must have told our friend who
Wait.
makes the minimum wage.
Wait, hold on. What did he say to you?
He told me that out of the jobs that we have, I make more money. And he thinks I should be responsible for paying the majority of things because I make more money than everyone else in the group. And I said, that's discrimination there. I'm saying discrimination loosely because he thinks that people should be responsible for paying the majority of things because they make more money than someone who makes a minimum wage. So he thinks that someone who makes the most money should pay for everything. And it just doesn't work that way. Here's the thing, and I told him this. No matter how much money we make, I work hard.
Yeah.
He should be the one who's working. If I ask him that question and he works and I don't work, how would he feel?
Sad.
That's another thing. He only thinks for himself. You notice, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing. He's taking advantage of us because we work, we have our car. I get he has nothing. It's just that he needs to at least step. If he wants something, if he wants to spend money on something, he has to work. He cannot always rely on us giving him money because I work hard for the money. What if I have a family? What if I have bills to pay? And if I say no, I can't give him money, even if he's mad, why isn't he working to begin with? Maybe he's lazy. Maybe he doesn't. That's another thing, too. Here's the thing. I would say this. If he's going to not want to work, well, it's not our fault. It's not our problem. We're trying to encourage him to work, but he chose not to work. It is hard to find jobs. Yes, it is hard to find jobs to this day. But you got to keep trying. If you get rejected after your interview, it's like you got to keep trying. There's got to be a way for you to keep trying. And yet he doesn't put enough effort to look for one, which is another reason why he's rambling towards AJ now, our friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's wasting time.
Yeah. Could you transition into another topic?
Oh. Yeah. I was going to ask you this question though, because this is going to be a repetitive question. How's your I think you might have said this. How's your New Year's so far? What do you hope? What else are you hoping to achieve throughout the year? I know you said you were working on your passport, and you try to get yourself straight. But what else are you hoping to achieve this year?
I guess like getting a job. Like if I could like contact Rumble or Riverside to get a contract to kind of develop our podcast, I think that'd be great. Um,
Nice.
the Uncensored America organization, I think
Yeah.
that'd be great.
Mhm.
So I think that's good. Yeah, I do agree that like I have to achieve something, and the passport stuff. I'm already working on it. Now, I won't show it on here because that'd be really stupid of me. I can't show it on here.
Yeah. But at least you're working. At least you're getting there. And have you ever thought, as far as working, before you think of making a contract? Have you thought of maybe working somewhere to make money, like a supermarket, or work online, or some way? So, because I know you said in the beginning that your mom's your mom has a lot of medical is in a medical situation right now, and she's
Mhm.
trying to recover. Have you thought about maybe like working and then helping her with the bills?
I have. That's why I want to, contact and like do events that eventually where it'll get money. I can do that. Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm talking about like right at the very moment, like maybe
Well,
work somewhere or
yeah. So about that. So my mom, after like the divorce stuff is done,
yeah.
that's what she will be working on. It's that for her pay. I already told you. I think the story. I can't say it on here due to reasons, but she originally wanted more money, but then she had a different amount, and
Mhm.
then something happened, and she was angry about it. So
Yeah,
I told you off air. I'm not gonna say it on air. So that's what I'll say. The
yeah.
other important thing is it's yeah, like because my father did enough damage to the house, that's why my mother is having to do all the work.
Oh,
So yeah.
that's hard. I mean, for my what I'm hoping to achieve by this year is I want to be more involved this year in terms of volunteering or helping out the community. I do appreciate the community I reside in, and I want to continue to feel something. I was thinking to myself, I want to volunteer for a Special Olympics event that's going to happen this late spring this year. I do enjoy being an athlete. It's just that I want to try something else, try to create difference for everyone, making sure that everyone enjoys and remembers the event. If I were a volunteer, I could either lead. There are usually in the Special Olympics there are 6 teams, and there'll be stations where like different activities for each stations. And I'm hoping to lead one of the teams by walking to a specific station for the athletes to participate, but also be a mentor, also provide guidance and support for the players. That's really what I really want to achieve. And I want to be at this point where I feel somehow popular in Waltham. I want to feel something. I wanted to feel a moment of appreciation because I knew in Waltham I felt that I received a lot of resources. I utilized the resources, and now I feel that it's time for me to give back to the community. So I'm hoping to help volunteer for the Special Olympics But I also want to see if I could volunteer for other programs this year, aside from recreational activities where I can make the difference for everybody. And this can be another way for me to network with people. I definitely eventually want to feel sense of popularity. Well, not popularity, but feel something where I feel remembered. I want to
Yes.
feel remembered for the community. I mean, it might seem a lot of work, but it's worth it because I value Waltham very much. I grew in Waltham most of my life, and I feel that doing something back for the community would enhance my well-being and overcome my fears, gaining confidence. And this can be the chance for me to really speak out and be well known to the community, be very well known for the community.
I mean, yes.
Yeah, that's what I want. And I definitely want, also another thing I want to achieve is not spending so much time at Six Flags, because it's like I'm already at this point of wanting to do other things besides Six Flags. Juju and I want to do different things, where we can. It's like we don't have to always go Six Flags every single time. I do like Six Flags, but I want to be able to do other things. It comes to a point where I feel too bored going to the same place over and over again. Which is another reason why I want to transition to being able to volunteer a lot, do something for the community. Eventually, I mean, Waltham's going to be a starting point, but eventually I could try volunteering for different communities around nearby. Be well known in different communities.
Or in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, it just depends on what you're doing. But I do like children. I do like youngsters, because they're still at this stage of learning. I mean, I work as a contractor, this engineering place, and most of them are in their early 20s. And I work with one of my colleagues there who sometimes I like to maybe take initiative. I can't discuss what I do, but I spoke with one of the supervisors at work today, and I try to come up with and I try to initiate an idea where we can get our work done efficiently, which can involve changing the process of how we do our work. Or we could try tweaking some of the features that we utilize to get our work done faster. And we have this expectation of working fast, and yet the certain kinds of features that we have are useless. So people have different preferences on how they do the work, but in my vision, I try to figure out what's the most efficient way to get the work done.
Yeah, and that is a good thing. The one thing I'll say is it's that at the end of the day, it has to be done correctly.
Yes, I think I learned this. This is when I got laid off at one point. I was reading an article saying that at work, you should always exceed expectations. Exceeding expectations is a good thing because it can help you really grow your mindset. It may sound weird, but a lot of your supervisors will love when you initiate things, because this shows that you care about what you do. And if you just meet the expectation, that's fine. But it's like they may come a point where they may want you to do some more things than what you're doing now. They may want you to initiate ideas. They may want you to lead the group. So you're really in this spot of really growing your mindset to really benefit the team. And somehow, if you want to lead the company, it will take. Those are the skills. Those skills will be very compatible once by exceeding what you can do to really grow the company. So I think for me, it's really good that I like to initiate ideas. I actually have a coworker who loves to initiate ideas too, and our ideas may not work. Some of the ideas that we come up with may not always work, but it shows that the supervisors that we work with are happy to hear ideas because they want us to really grow our minds, and they want us to really take the time to really, take the opportunity to do more than what they're telling them what to do. You know what I mean? It's like a growing process. You're trying to do more than what they're telling you what to do. I've done it at my previous firm before. They may say, "Oh, I finished my project. I was thinking I could work on this project." So it's showing that I'm taking initiative. I'm trying to take more responsibilities, which is a good thing. And I bet a lot of employers would like that. It's like you have this can-do attitude, which kind of translates for me to like I want to do more. I want to do more than what I'm doing, especially when it comes to the community. I want to do what's good for the community more than what I. It's like I enjoy what I'm doing, but I want to do more than what I'm doing now. I want
You
to.
have
I
to,
want to feel. I want to feel myself
and
by.
you have, and you can finish what you're saying. You have to do what works best for you.
Yep. Which is another reason why I want to help the kids and the athletes. I want to help. I want the athletes for the Special Olympics to really get the experience there, making sure that they're comfortable. I want them to remember my responsibilities there. I want them to remember my enthusiasm. I want to cherish the moments of how I work with the athletes. Because at the end of the day, when I achieve something, it really feels good. It really feels heartwarming when doing something for the community. Like I've done volunteering for Nothing's Impossible before. It's a small scale, but you're still getting the same results. Like a lot of athletes like you, a lot of athletes are enjoying you interacting with them,
It's
showing sportsmanship, that kind of
it's
thing.
and it's fun.
Yeah. More importantly, I feel good helping the athletes, especially with my experience in Nothing's Impossible. Unfortunately, I've had some help with my high school friends who graduate the year after me, and they would also do the exact same thing I do. We try to encourage them to like have fun. That's really the main point for Nothing's Impossible. So there's not really competition. They're not expecting you to be perfect at hitting or memorize everything. Our motto is to have fun. That's the most important thing about Nothing's Impossible. Another reason why I like Nothing's Impossible because it's really laid back and it really gives the athletes a chance to really be themselves, not be afraid of doing things the right or wrong way. We don't care if they do it the right or wrong way. We care that they have fun.
Well, as long as they don't do anything wrong.
Yeah, I think the most important thing for athletes is be respectful to each other. So even though they may be new at there are some there may be new joiners who may not be familiar with the baseball, we still expect them to show respect. We're trying to be very what's that word? I'm trying to think of a
Mindful,
good. I'm thinking of a better word though.
sincere.
Better than that, I would say we want to be as laid back as possible. Whether they're experienced or not or new to the baseball, I mean, I may not be a perfect hitter. I just want them to see how. I just want to see them have fun. That's the most important thing. And I think it translates really well. Actually, during my time at Special Olympics as an athlete, the third one's coming up this spring, and I've witnessed all the volunteers being very laid back, very easy, and they kind of like very easy to make the athletes feel good. When I was playing soccer or kickball, normally they would try to prevent the ball from going to the goalie, but they don't. But their thinking is that they want to find some way to keep the athletes happy. So they would always let the ball go in the goalie, just to make them feel good. The athletes feel good for hitting the ball in the net. So we try to provide enthusiasm. More importantly, just have fun. Be able to remember everything, cherish the moments.
I agree that helping children, especially people with autism, is a good thing. I think on the last episode you were saying about helping kids with autism to be
Yes.
better at that. So, are you saying this for the country as a whole?
Yeah, eventually I want to help people around the world, but I definitely want to start with the United States because I know the United States very well, and I've been living in the United States all my life. I definitely want to start in Waltham first because I've been living in Waltham my whole life, most of my life. Because I definitely want to start somewhere, but start with Waltham first. And then once I'm good with Waltham, I can try reaching out to different communities in Massachusetts because I want to feel something by giving back to community. And it doesn't have to, and it also can be with anybody without autism too. So I can deal with anybody with or without autism because this can be a chance for me to really network, not just working with people with autism, but in this case for the Special Olympics, that could be a starting point because I've volunteered for Nothing's Impossible baseball before, but this Special Olympics is a larger scale. There'll be probably like 200 or 300 athletes there. And I want to see how I can manage those amounts of the amount of athletes there this year. Or maybe I might deal with just a portion of the group. Or maybe I could hand out water bottles. Maybe I could hand out hand out something. I mean, but I really want to really lead the group. Initiate by going through the station, providing enthusiasm, providing support for the athletes that I lead. I believe Juju said she may want to try volunteering, but at the same time, she enjoys being an athlete. And this will actually be her second time being an athlete if she does it this year.
Well, to clarify, maybe answer like this. So it's for the country, right? So how would you agree or disagree that teachers should treat people with autism better based on like our experiences?
Yeah. I do agree that they should agree. They should be respectful. I think Juju mentioned it last time that, I mean, to her, she was able to receive respect, but she didn't like the attitude that that they portray. I think it's more on the curriculum. I think there should be an upgrade on the curriculum, especially with how we were taught something that we don't think it's really effective and useful. I know you said they want to teach us to be positive. I understand from their perspective that the reason why they want to teach us positive because they want to make sure our day goes by and make sure that we have a good day. I get it. But the thing that I turn down is not everyone's gonna have a perfect day or happy day. And I think the teachers needs to respect that maybe they're feeling affected because it may not be related to the academics. Maybe they're feeling down for other reasons. It doesn't automatically mean that the teachers that they're having a bad day at school just because they're not liking school. And that's another thing too, is that teachers tend to really judge or make assumptions, and they claim that they're right all the time without really giving us the chance to really speak on how we feel.
Or defend ourselves.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like you gotta be able to listen to the students because you're doing this for the students. You're not doing it for yourselves. And yet the thing is, during my time at this during the special education, they just don't really take the time to listen. They would just be like, you got to do this my way. Maybe they're doing it because they don't want to get in trouble while not following the curriculum correctly, but it's like you're missing out on what the students is telling you, and you're not taking the time by listening to their needs and wants. And I feel like there's got to be some upgrade to the special education curriculum. How can you really engage students to do well, and also making sure that they enjoy the work they do? I've been to social groups before for the past couple of years, and there's not really a lot of engagement going on there. A lot of students would be quiet, and then I would have to initiate the conversations because they don't know what to say.
And it's something similar. It's like every time we try to, speak up, even as us kids, it's taken as what? You're talking back. It's not talking back.
It's just how we're feeling.
Yeah.
I think talking back, how do you know we're talking back? We're just trying to state the facts and how we feel.
Oh, what? Okay, I have a hot take, or cold, however you define it. I think if a teacher is talking back to you,
Mm-hmm.
you have every right to talk to the teacher back.
Mm.
Do you agree or disagree?
I agree. The thing is, though, well, even if we talk back as we're not trying to insult them, we're trying to really share our point of view, they still think we're being disrespectful to them,
Mm.
even though that's not our intent. Our intent is to really share our perspectives rather than being insulting them.
The teacher's disrespectful to us, so in turn, do we get to be disrespectful back?
No. Oh, one time, this is going to sound crazy. So a lot of times, when a student tries to figure out what's going on, most of the time teachers would say it's none of your business. But when they ask me a question, I've actually been in a situation. And one teacher asked me, and they say, "Do you need help?" And I said, "It's none of your business." She was like, "That's rude of you. That's rude of you." Have you been in a situation where you say, "I don't need help," or
I've
I
said that I've said that like I don't need your help or anything. And it's like
and
the teachers can't even figure out for themselves why. I'm asking my friends this stuff, like talking about it, trying to get help from them. And then when they actually don't know, I'll ask a teacher.
yeah, and they'll be
Because
like,
and
"Excuse me, that's rude."
here's the thing. I don't have autism. But I understand it because I grew up with he with okay, with people with autism, so I get it. You would be inclined to ask a teacher, but you don't have to. You don't have to.
You should be obligated to.
Yeah, like, do you need help? It's like, if you say no, that should be fine. oftentimes, like, some paraprofessionals, like, would try to look over what I was doing, or try
I've
to
seen it.
sit down near me, and it's like, that is not okay. I think
No.
that's like super weird. Like imagine you're doing your work, and then someone, like some teacher, is behind you.
Yep.
That is really weird. And it's like, oh, this is a paraprofessional trying to monitor you. No, it's not. That is in every way, shape, or form just weird.
And yet,
Especially
when
and also especially with kids with autism. I don't like that. Like, I had that done to me, and it's like, what are you doing? I literally had to cover my work and do it, and it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
oh, and every time when you say no, thank you, or just say it's none of your business. When you're asked a question like what you're doing, and they think you're talking back, or they think you're being disrespectful to them.
I've been like, I don't need help or something along the lines of that. Yes, but it's like, I don't think I think they take it as like offense, like, why are we not being asked, but you're asking them? It's like you're asking your friends. It's like, until I feel like I have to ask you, I will ask you.
That's the part I don't really like.
It's like,
Uh,
I don't always have to ask you. That's the good part. I don't always have to ask you, nor I don't have to ask my friends. I can do either or, okay? I can ask a friend. I can ask friends. I can ask a teacher. I can ask teachers, okay?
mm.
I don't have to be like, you know, like, I can only ask the teachers. Like, that makes me not okay with it.
It's good to learn how to be independent instead of always asking the same teacher for help. If there's like more than one teacher, you should be able to ask different teachers instead of that one particular teacher all the time.
Especially a teacher who you don't like, and because of like certain things that were done by that teacher to you.
Yeah, we should be able to. We're entitled to ask whoever we want for help. Like we're
Maybe
not
you
trying to cheat. We're not trying to be dismissive about it. This was a good chance for me to us to really use different resources for help rather than only asking one particular person for help, because it's like it's good to hear different perspectives, and hearing the same thing from the person, it's like, are you really learning? Are you really taking the time to get different perspectives if you're going to ask that one particular teacher every single time for help?
yes, and the most important part is, it's that, maybe again, this is a take I have. I would like you to present one after me. It's that, like, I think, like, for us kids, right? We should be inclined to work together to complete our homework, regardless of what the teacher says.
Mm, I agree. I definitely agree. That's why students exist. This could be a chance for students to work together rather than always asking teachers for advice.
Or having to work on our own, because I hate, there was always this, can we have partners? And it was like this weird thing in my class. I had this in fifth grade.
Yeah.
Like, some kids would ask, like, can we have partners? And it was like, okay, but looking back, it's like, you can't make kids like always work on their own. You have to let them work together.
This is a good chance for to network.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a lot of what teachers outside special education want. They want students to really network, and yet special ed teachers are designed to do things their way. without really benefiting the students there through networking, only relying the students to do things the teacher's way. But for regular ed courses, like teachers encourage students to network, not always not always asking the same teacher for help. I feel like the special education, they should implement the regular ed style in towards the Special Olympics, where it can get the students to really be themselves, not always ask for help by asking the same teacher over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So, what can we actually do to help students really nurture and help them gain independence? Because at the end of the day, when you graduate from school, once you're done with special education, they're technically on their own, even if they live at home. Where can they start making their own decisions then? After only being taught to do things the special ed teacher's way. And they're really missing out on having a chance to ask students for help rather than always asking the same teacher the same questions over and over again. And I've seen it when I was in high school. We had one student, Julian, who graduated from high school in 2012, but was still part of the services in the high school when I was there. And the teacher would always be present with Julian to do the work.
That is weird.
He is low. He can speak words, but only whenever he gets asked a question, he'll always say one word answer. I mean, that I understand, but if you're high functioning, if you want to continue the services, at least gain some independence. Really step up to be independent, not by asking questions to your peers. You know, because I feel like a lot of students from special ed are missing on that. Because I feel like ever since special ed came, it's like they're falling way behind than most of the students at the high school, where they're not able to gain independence. They're not able to make their own decisions. It's really hard for them.
It is hard.
And that's the sad part. That's really the sad part.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. Like, a lot of times, like, people have to operate like that. And I think you raise a good point. Like, people have to, like, people with autism, like, have to be raised a different way. Like they have to, in a way, be taught differently, but they have to be able to network with normal people. I think that was the biggest issue. Like I've said it before, I will say it again. I think that was the biggest issue with the task group when you were
Actually,
when you were around and I was around and the future kids, because except for me, I don't think many kids manage to network properly with normal people because you had to.
that would happen. That's what happened. Yes.
Yeah. So it's like, because it's designed and like, here's the thing, the task group is meant to help people with autism, but
Yeah.
ultimately one of the key things you have to help them with is socializing. But you don't do that. You just like put the kids in a room, and then what you do is like you expect those kids to come back and everything. And it's like they're a normal kid. They should socialize. They should do things. That's what I've done. I did that for a long time, from kindergarten to fifth grade.
Yep.
And yet, for whatever reason, these paraprofessionals don't do that. Let other kids do that. That doesn't make sense to me.
I will tell you this story. This is from my parents' perspective. They said they appreciate the teachers I had, but the issue was my parents expected me to make friends outside of special ed because it they didn't really want me to miss out on networking with different people outside the special ed. That's what they wanted. Yet, especially when I was in sixth grade, I mean kindergarten. I mean, especially when I started special ed, it's like they want me to really network with different people. I mean, I had some exposures networking with people outside special ed when I was in kindergarten, fifth grade, and during Stanley. And but most of the time, I would stay in special ed curriculum and do the same paperwork over and over again. And it's like, yes, you're throwing the materials out, but it's like, am I really benefiting the materials that I already know? And unless if you have like poor memory, but most of them tend to remember things. It's like if you're gonna do the same paperwork over again, how think as a teacher you have to think about like how is it gonna engage the students first of all, and if they know the materials, why are you teaching the same material over and over again? And yet another thing, this is another thing, another sad thing I want to say. I do like the teachers at McDevitt Middle School, but every time when I was in sixth grade, I remember given a lot of basic classworks that on the materials that I already know. And yet the problem is teachers would socialize and they'll be on their and the paraprofessionals will be on their phones and chit chatting unless we're done. And they'll
It's
check the work.
it's just like nonsense. It's like I think people are realizing now. Like even like Massachusetts is the most educated state, but also has the most autism services out of any state.
Really?
I think so.
Wow.
Let me actually look that up.
When I was at Stanley, I remember Stanley was one of the schools that offers special ed curriculum, which is why when I lived in North Waltham, I was able to get services from Stanley. And my sister had to go be in a different school in different other side of Waltham.
Oh, actually, Massachusetts, California, and Colorado
Really? Wow.
are so the Massachusetts, California, Colorado are consistently ranked as having some of the best and most comprehensive autism services, offering strong insurance mandates, extensive educational programs, and robust provider networks, with Massachusetts often cited for strong early intervention and healthcare coverage. California for sheer volume and entitlement to services, and Colorado for overall strong support across all ages, according to various autism resource analysis.
Yeah, during my time, it's like I feel like the classwork assignments we were given, it's like we're not really like advancing anything. We know how to do math. We know how to do reading comprehension. We know these basic stuff already. But why did the teachers still have to give us those homeworks and while they can go on their phones? This is especially when we were at McDevitt, because I witnessed a couple of paraprofessionals on their phones a lot. They don't really check us unless we ask them a question. And there'll be times where they'll say you have to figure it out, or they can help, but they're just like so busy on their phones.
What if we did a meeting with them?
Oh, you mean with the school committee or?
Or with, Christine and some of our old teachers to just give insight on what we actually think?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, one of our teachers is now the behaviorist, so she will go to different schools in the community observing the classrooms, making sure that the students are doing well. And then once they're done, once the class is done, they would coordinate with teachers on how they should teach better, how can they engage students better. But I feel like it'll be really good because that way it can get some teachers to be aware of what's really going on right now, and especially with our experience at Stanley. But I could maybe mention my times when I was in middle school and high school too, and maybe tell them, oh, okay, I like the teachers. I just wish I'm not worried about the high school because I still had services, but I didn't have to be in the same room all day like I did when I was at Stanley or McDevitt. I mean, I had more independence, but still, I witnessed Julian and Alex Nicholas, who also graduated in 2012 in high school. I'm assuming he knows math, and yet he'd had to do math classwork. And I remember they don't really excel in different materials, right? It's like they should be able to like at least catch up with what we're doing in high school, be at the level where they can exceed what they can work on, right? I don't really see that. They do some classworks that they already know. And for Julian, there'll be a teacher present that will tell him to pronounce words correctly. Tell him, oh, what time is it? What is 2 + 2? What words rhyme? That kind of thing. But for Alex, I think Alex is definitely high functioning, but still. Why is he learning the same materials over and over again? From my experience, when I was a freshman that time, when the teacher that was there, she was like, Jillian, what time is it? How do you pronounce this name? And there are times whenever there's like a homeroom session, when Julian's is by himself, she's always on her computer. And then when he says the words correctly, she's like, good job, good job, good job. And yet she's focused on the computer.
That's so weird.
So Julian is low functioning. He can say one word correctly, but he doesn't. When a teacher tries to teach him something new, he gets frustrated. He doesn't want to learn new things. He only wants to focus on the ones that he already knows and that he can master quickly. And yet the problem is this particular teacher, she's always on the computer. I see her going shopping online on a school computer. And then whenever Julian says the words, tries to pronounce the words, she's like, good job, good job. The only time when she's going to go and watch Julian is if she does like, tell me what time is it? That kind of thing.
That is utter that is utter bullshit, because like give me your take. What take does Kevin Lee have?
Oh, during my whole years in Stanley, and McDevitt and Waltham High?
Yeah, well, about like treatment of autism. What is your take? And I will agree or disagree.
Yeah. I know I've said this many times in the episodes. I definitely want to recap because I feel like I really have a lot of things that can help the audience understand what my time at special ed was like. I remember when I was placed in the special ed program back in March 2000. This was when I went to Fitch School in Waltham that time. I don't remember much because actually Christine was the first teacher I had in 2000. And when the next year came, which is September 2000, I had the other teacher named Jen. And during my time, I do remember a lot. It's just I didn't know the significance of it. I just remember we were taught to use motor skills. I don't know if you know what motor skills are. So I remember Huh?
Not to interrupt, is motor skills like talking skills?
Yeah, talking, being able to smell. What does it smell like? What does it sound like? What does it feel like?
Huh? What?
I also remember learning how to. It's about practicing listening skills.
Yeah.
So there was a time where she would try to say say command in either one or two sentences, and we try to follow the directions based on the sentence that based on the phrase Jen had provided. So, for instance, maybe she said when she says, "Go to the sink, turn the faucet on, put the soap on, rub your hands, and rinse your hands after." Like we try to follow the exact steps. If
Oh.
we mess, huh?
Oh my god.
Here's the thing: she's very nice. I
Yes.
admire her so much,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like I could be taught these skills at home. I could literally be taught these skills at home.
Pause. You know what? I agree. like, you can't teach if you're talking about basic skills, right? For
Yeah.
autism, and I don't mean to interrupt. It's like you can't teaching someone to wash their hands or going to the bathroom and wipe your bum or whatever. That's like that's
This is
something
actually
your
preschool.
that's like your parents can teach that. A
Yeah, but we were
teacher
taught that.
I don't agree with teaching that to a student, especially with autism, because a parent can teach that, not a not a teacher. I don't agree with that.
I do
Now,
like the teacher though. She's very nice. She was always nice.
yes, okay, you can like the teacher, but what they teach matters.
Right, correct. It's like we should be able to do that at home. I also remember there was a time where I don't know if I told you this. uh, Once a week there'll be a music therapy teacher coming to fish school every week, and a music therapy is it's not like a music class per se. She'll just this teacher will sing random songs. There'll be a time where we would use an instrument where we can play with the instruments while she sings. We don't really learn about how music is evolved, that kind of thing. We just use music therapy to really calm our minds. And I remember when I was very little, I used to play kabasa all the time. I would play with shakers. I also play with triangles. And once in a while, the teacher would allow me to strum her guitar. And then there'll be times where she'll bring a book and then she'll read the book and sing the sentences while strumming the guitar. And that was a cool thing, but it's like, I don't know. Speaking of washing hands, so the boys and girls, Annie was I think she was the only girl in the classroom, I believe. We all used the boys' room, and and then I remember we were waiting in line, taking a turn in washing our hands by following the same step. Turn the faucet on, wet your hands, put the soap on your hands, scrub your hands, rinse your hands, grab a paper towel, use a paper towel to turn off the faucet, and throw the paper towel in the trash. Then open the door to step out. And then the next person will go in until the line's already done. And then
What
after that,
the?
we will then go back to the classroom.
What? Why? Why do you guys have to be taught to wash your
I
hands?
don't know, but I just remember being taught that.
Uh,
I think the teacher wanted us to be clean.
that is such a stupid thing. No, I'm not saying this in a rude way, but I don't think a teacher should be teaching a student how to wash their hands.
I don't remember this, but I remember she wanted us to try different foods. Different food from, like, I mean, we can eat the same food, but she wanted us to see if we could try different food that we haven't tried before. But the thing I counter that though is what if they're allergic to a particular, like, what if they have food allergies to certain food? I mean,
Or
I don't think it has happened before, but
also,
I'm
what if
just
we
saying
don't
if.
want it? Or if we don't want it?
I don't remember if anyone said if they don't want it. I don't remember because we were very little. But I can imagine her. I think she'll probably be understandable. I mean, I think. Oh, there were times where she would sometimes go to my house or my apartment to to do some more classwork, practice the motor skills as well as our friends. And Christine has done it too. I mean, Christine has never gone to my house, but she has gone to different kids' house to practice motor skills. And yeah, that was the thing I remember. And I remember we used to play the whipped cream all the time, just to have fun with the cream. And then every birthdays, I remember every birthday Jen would bring a birthday cake. She would sing happy birthday songs just to celebrate the birthday. And then I remember in kindergarten I had Robin for 3 years. She was a good teacher, and I remember her teaching us about what time is it, basic math skills. I don't think she taught us English yet. She'll probably, do you remember the question? There's like a set of cards involving who, what, where, when, why questions. I don't know if you know.
Maybe.
So there'll be like a question that was like, why is school important? And then I have to say, to learn. I forgot what the other questions were.
Oh, what?
Flashcards. I remember the flashcards, or who takes care of the sick people. The doctor.
What? This
um,
feels so basic.
I know that's the problem. I mean, I guess I didn't know that was a problem. But I mean, when you brought something up about special ed curriculum tonight, I'm just reflecting on myself, saying, why was I taught these basic skills? I mean, the task program. Oh, it was actually called the PDD room back then. Maybe the
Persuasive.
huh?
Wait, so just to clarify, are you guys, because of autism, high functioning?
Yes,
What is it like PED? Is it a persuasive disorder, like a social disorder?
I believe so. It was actually called PDD, Physical Development Disorder. That was the name of the class, PDD, short for.
That's a weird name.
And then at one point, it turned out, I think it was one of our friends, Zach's, who thought that the name was derogatory. The name shows discrimination. Felt like the name was is meant to target people who has severe disability or who had mobile disability, and then someone came up with the idea called Task. I think that was actually ran by Zach's parents, I believe.
Zach's parents came up with that.
I believe so. I could be wrong. However, I could be wrong.
What does task stand for?
I don't remember. I have to look it up. I don't remember, but the name formed in 2014, early 2013 or 20. I think it was 2013 actually.
So when
Was
I was in school,
when you were in school. Yes. Yeah, but at one point it was called PDD. But yeah, anyway, when I was with Robin for 3 years, I remember being taught WH questions, like simple questions, like why is this important? I don't know. I remember what is 2 plus 2? What is 3 plus 3? What time is it? Oh, I remember the rewards. There's this reward thing. I remember I used to have a token. So if I get the answer right, Robin will say, "Here's a token." And if I get there's usually 5 boxes each row, and if I fill up all 5 boxes with the correct answers, she'll give me a candy. She'll like a trade-in or a candy. And yeah, and then I remember in first or probably second grade when I had Christine again. Christine taught me what's that thing called? I mean, she still taught me the WH question flashcards, but she also taught me idioms. I don't know if you remember idioms.
Idioms. What's it like? It's like,
Like, hey, let's pick up the pace. I'm on the wrong side of the bed.
um, uh,
Oh, what else?
who let the cat out of the bag?
Yes, exactly. Don't spill the beans.
Oh my god! Like idioms, like that's great. Here's the thing for like those things. I will say, kind of crazy how we're talking about this. It's like, uh, well, okay. I will say is like you shouldn't be taught like things that your parents can teach you. I think that's really crazy how a teacher would teach that.
I know.
If a student didn't know that, which would be sad, that I can understand,
Yeah.
but that would be an exception. In
It should have
general,
been a parent's responsibility.
yeah, so a teacher should be, if okay, if a student is not taught something that from the household, then the
Mhm.
teacher can do it. But what you can't do is be like, oh, I'm going to teach a kid how to wash their hands. That is so weird.
I know it's really outdated because, uh, I mean, you should know how to do this at home anyway. I mean, your parents should have taught you that. Maybe they failed it out because maybe the program there during my time that the PD room was pretty new. It was pretty new at that time. It was actually formed in 1999. Actually, Matthew and Evan were the first ones to join in 1999.
Hmm.
Annie and I came in 2000, long time ago. And I don't remember what third and fourth and fifth grade was. I mean, I was able to like attend regular ed classes sometimes, but most of the time I would stay in special ed. This is so silly. When I was in third grade, I remember I was taught cursive, how to write in cursive when I was in third grade. Cursive letters. Um, Fourth grade, I had to learn. I mean, also in third grade, I had to learn how to do just right book. And then when I was in fourth grade, this was in regular ed classes. I remember how to do just write books or write a book report or do a newspaper report. This is for English.
This is, yeah, to not get off track, it's like people with autism should be treated better. They should socialize with normal people. And I actually agree with your parents. Like the the special ed teacher should have done better for you.
Yeah, that's what my parents wished.
And
And
also, and another thing, one more thing. I was texting Carl about something one time,
Mhm.
and Carl was saying like the task group, the teachers wanted us to be perfect.
Well,
Do you agree or disagree that the task group wanted us to be perfect
I
in
mean,
their view? Yes or no?
no.
Well, why don't you agree that the task group wanted us to be perfect?
Here's the thing: we're gonna always make mistakes. Mistakes aren't always a bad thing.
Well, okay, hold on. Let me rephrase it. Carl was saying that the teachers wanted us to be perfect.
Yeah.
And first, do you agree or disagree that it happened?
I understand. I misunderstood the question. Yeah, I remember that. Yes, I just
And
misunderstood the
and
question.
and now I think you were answering the question. Do you agree that the teachers should make us perfect?
I mean, we try our best, but we don't always have to be perfect.
So that's a no. You disagree?
Yes.
Cause I asked that because it's like you're a perfectionist. I do not like perfectionism. That is a bullshit thing to have.
And also adds more pressure to the student.
Exactly. It's like, how can you be perfect in someone's view? It makes no sense. It's like, okay, you are perfect in you can't be perfect. You can achieve things, but you can't be perfect within it. Like, for example, if someone went up to me or you and told me, like, hey, I want to achieve time travel, I would look at that person and be like, no, you can't.
Is it realistic? And
Exactly.
why can't the teachers be patient?
Yeah, like, you have to be realistic in what you want to achieve. If someone went up to me and be like, I want to achieve time travel, it's like, okay, you have a good view of what you want to achieve, but is it realistic?
Correct.
Side note, time travel is not something you can really achieve because if you go at the speed of light, that is somewhat like time travel, but it isn't.
Oh, not to get off topic, I'll get back to school, but when I was at previous firm, there was this thing where I guess my supervisor and I would try to come up with is you know how IEP works, right?
Hmm.
So my boss thinks I should work on this. And then by doing something that I haven't done, it's about how can I achieve it? When can I achieve it? How can I implement that? You have to achieve it through time. You have to achieve it through like measuring time, and I forgot what else. You know what I'm talking about? It's like IEP in a sense.
It's like solving solutions. You do teamwork to solve a solution, right?
Yep. When do you think you can achieve it?
It's we don't know. It takes time. For
Right.
teachers, it takes time. But like for I think for teachers, they want us to be a certain way in their view, which is the main issue.
Mm.
For high functioning kids with high functioning autistic kids, yes, I said it, they should be able to socialize. All kids from the spectrum should socialize. It's just they need the kind of treatment that they need, whether it's high or whether it's low.
Oh, this is another thing too. I mean, I took speech courses before, and they only tell me what is it like to make new friends. But in my mind, why haven't I done that?
Yeah, and
Because
I
they tell me
act
what it is. It's just I haven't put my time into it, and that's
and
what my parents got mad. Got was disappointed.
I actually don't agree with speech courses because, like, I okay, well, for someone like myself with a speech impediment, I understand that. But ultimately, you don't need it. Why? You have to socialize in order to get better.
Like when they tell you what it is, it's like okay, yes, but it's like, am I actually doing it? I mean, I
Yeah,
know what it is. It's just how
but
can you do it?
you're not. That's the problem because the teachers don't. I think don't want you to, or they are afraid of you doing it because of some result.
And that's why my parents were disappointed when I was in sixth grade. I remember when I was in sixth grade, I didn't really have the opportunity to network with people outside because I was always in the same classroom all day, doing the same bullshit every single time, every single day, not learning anything new.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why my parents got disappointed. And they're
Yeah.
requesting for me to be in general ed classes. I mean,
It were
I mean,
the
I still receive the services. It's just that they want me out be outside the room to.
did and how long did your parents do this?
I think when I started kindergarten, I believe. So it
Oh,
was
so hold on. To clarify, they have been doing this since kindergarten, and
yes,
the teachers did not listen.
nope. Nope.
Look, you see, I'm the outlier, Kevin. I'm
I
the
saw that.
outlier.
I
I
can
was the
see
one.
that. Yeah.
I'm the one who got that, but you guys didn't. How the fuck?
You're so
How the
lucky.
flying fuck am I the lucky
I
one?
mean, I was able to attend only mostly math courses in regular ed classes, but for the rest of the time, for the rest, it's like I'm in the class in a special ed room all day.
You
I mean,
don't.
I knew math. I got away with getting to classes with regular ed students when I was because I knew math very well.
Yeah, but here's my point. It's like your parents tried for so long, and when were you able to get general ed classes? What
Well,
age?
I started when I was sorry. Go ahead.
What age? Do you remember the age? Your age?
I think 13 when I was in seventh grade. So I think I said this before. When I was in seventh grade, I was with the sixth graders. I mean, I still had it. I still had resource English with in the special ed class because I was struggling how to understand reading comprehension. But I was able to attend math classes. I was able to. I mean, I didn't really attend history or science that time, but I got away with attending math class, gym class, and computer clubs and resource English. So that's when I really made a couple friends outside of special ed when I was in sixth grade. When I was in seventh grade, joining with the sixth graders. So as I said before, I met some students like I think I first met when I was with Evan and James, not James, our old friend James that we haven't seen in forever. I was in this resource room with this teacher named Miss Velleman. I'm not going to say their first names with Miss Velleman, and that's the first class where I met all Evan's classmates. They seemed pretty, chilled, and most of them are immature, but they're pretty chilled. And when I first went that class, I kind of felt nervous because I didn't know what to expect. Because I was used to being in the special ed class all the time, even though I've had some experience with being in regular ed classes for math in Stanley, but didn't really get the full exposure until I was actually in a different type of classroom setting. So it felt really good to really meet new people, even though I didn't really have that mindset of like interacting with them, even though I did some talk with some of them. And I still had that feeling of spending more time with our friends from the task group, well, PDD room. But I made a couple friends here and there, and I think one of them, Matt was one of them, Andy, Brianna. Oh, I forgot. I keep forgetting Dakota. Who else? You don't mind if I list their names, right? Who was in that class?
Yes.
Oh, Chris, Jonathan. Oh my God, there are so many kids. Jaylene. I think they were different because I just forgot the rest of the names. And I remember when I was in computer class, I remember meeting Vinny for the first time, one of Evan's closest friends. And I knew Vinny very well because we had computer class together, but haven't seen him until I saw him recently, probably 2 or 3 years ago. And actually 2 years ago, and then when we started seeing each other, Nothing's Impossible. We've been talking and we've been hanging out since. So Vinny was one of the first ones, and when I was in music class, I remember seeing Cindy as well as Jack, and I don't remember who else was there. And then, and I think in art class, I may have seen Devin, one of Shanae's friends,
And
and huh?
this was all when you started as a 13-year-old.
As a 13 years old, yes. I was in seventh grade at that time.
So your parents got what they wanted at
Yeah,
13 years old when you realistically could have had it in the beginning.
correct. But I
What
guess they
felt
expected more, though. They want me to be fully outside the special ed, but didn't mind me receiving services. So when eighth grade, I still was in special ed classes from time to time, mainly for English because I was struggling to understand reading comprehension. I didn't really know how to really answer the question if I don't remember what the story was about or understanding the. You know how you analyze the quotes when you do reading comprehension, when you have to really read between the lines on what it means. I had trouble with that. I had trouble understanding the significance of the quote that was chosen by the teacher. And I had to analyze what it means. What could it mean to the reader? What could happen to the actors? So I had trouble comprehending that. But when I was in eighth grade, for English and reading, I didn't really, it was mostly reading. I still had to be back in special ed because I didn't understand reading comprehension. But I was able to take English courses. But I was able to take resource math. I took history for the first time in science when I was in eighth grade, when I finally joined with the eighth graders. And that's when I really got to really meet my friends from my class, my grade. And by the time when I got to ninth grade, that's when I was able to attend regular ed classes. English was I wasn't really in special ed classes for reading. I was in resource English because I was still struggling how to analyze the reading comprehension.
Yeah.
But I was able to fully be outside the special ed, even though I still received services. And then that's how I was able to start networking, and that really made my parents happy. But during my freshman year, I didn't have to take a language course because I didn't have to, but my parents wanted me to take one language. And so that's why I took Spanish for 3 years in high school. I started taking Spanish late when I was in 10th grade. First Spanish one, and I was really nervous learning Spanish because I was afraid I was going to fail the class. My parents expected me to learn the language.
Yeah, and the good thing is you got it at 13.
Yes. And then I felt like I started gaining some independence, and I was very comfortable in asking the real teachers the questions if I am struggling with something. So that's how I was able to gain confidence, because usually they'll every time I do regular ed classes, there'll be an assistant teacher nearby. I had a couple classes where there may be an assistant teacher nearby, like a paraprofessional showing up. But I felt like it would be better for me to really ask the main teacher the question rather than always relying on the paraprofessional. So I had to learn how to really speak up. And this was really the moment for me to speak with meet more of my friends from my grade who not only went to McDowell, but some of them came from Kennedy Middle School. And this was really the moment for me to speak up and make new friends. But by the time when I entered 10th grade, I was able to see some of my friends that I knew from McDevitt who were a grade below me. And I think I mentioned Jack's name. So during my time as a 10th grader, I recognized Jack. And he recognized me. And I saw him sitting with some people that I haven't met before. And I thought it was a moment for me to sit down with Jack. And so one day, when I think Annie, Matt, and I had the same lunch. And I told Matt or Annie that I wanted to see if I could spend time with Jack because I knew Jack very well. Since my homeroom teacher made me take classes with the kids under my grade. So the next day I went to that lunch. For lunch, I sat with Jack and his friends, and it was my first time meeting most of them. And that's how I met Drew, actually. I met Drew, and for the first couple of days, everything seemed to go pretty well. And At one point, I remember one of them was being so mean. They're teasing me. Did
I
I tell you the
remember
story?
you remember me telling that these people were bullying you, and you
Yes,
eventually resolved with them.
I did. So yeah, it was really embarrassing for me to like interact with them a couple days after. 'Cause I didn't really know. It was actually my first time really spending time with sitting in lunch with those friends. Because if I didn't meet them when I did the Fairy Key 5Ks, I wouldn't know any of them. So, it's worth a try. You never know till you try, right? So,
Yes.
so that's why I wanted to, and I reflected on what my parents say. They wanted me to make new friends when I was in high school, so that's why I decided to sit with Jack and his friends. But I knew at one point things didn't go well, and then there was this point where they would tease me, and I also remember Drew was saying to me, "Oh, can you ask this girl, if she's fat or whatever?" And I'm like, when I said no, he was like, "Please." He kept begging me to teach this girl,
Ah.
and I just knew I didn't want, and I knew I didn't want to get in trouble. And so at that point, I decided not to sit with them, and I finally sat with Matt again. I don't think Annie was in that lunch period that time, but I sat with Matt, and then Jack's friend showed up at our table out of nowhere, and he was like, "Why don't you sit with us anymore?" I just like moved on, and remember the story I was telling you about when I was in 11th grade. I will reiterate again here again. I may say something a little bit different from what say something I may have not said before. But 11th grade, my 11th grade year was definitely the turning point for me. But when I was in Spanish class, I saw a friend. I was mentioning to you about my friend Ileana, but
Yeah.
I was afraid. Actually, when I first saw her, I was actually afraid of talking to her because she was friends with my enemy at that time, and I was afraid she was going to tease me. And at one point, maybe after a couple of days, she started talking to me again, and she was like introducing herself to me, and this was really the moment for me to really, you know, meet somebody that I haven't met before, even though she was friends with someone I didn't really like. But right after that, she was like super nice. She was very supportive. She always had my back, and she treated me like she's like a sister to me, basically.
Yep. You have described her helping you out.
She did. She was a huge asset to me because she saw me very quiet, and she felt that she wanted to really help me out to be social. Because when I was in Spanish for the first couple of days, I've always been quiet. I guess I didn't know how to really, you know, start a conversation. But I do know the material. I knew the materials very well, and then there are times where I felt like I contributed more than anybody else because I knew the materials very well. And there was this one time where the Spanish teacher was offering an extra credit where he told us we in order to get extra credit, one of us has to do a salsa dance.
Mm.
I did not, and I was kind of hesitant, and I was really quiet, didn't want to say anything. But Ileana called me out, and I was like, I didn't expect anybody to call me out to do the salsa dance, but she did. She was the first one in the class to call my name. And
Yep.
then after that, someone behind me, meaning Ben, told me, "You got the like." The exact words Ileana said to me was, "Yeah, Kevin. Yeah, Kevin."
Yep.
And I was like, "No, I don't want to dance." And then someone behind me named Ben said, "You got this, Kevin." And then I actually called someone else. I was like, "Why can't Ashley do it?" It was like, and then Jason was like, "Yeah, you got this, Kevin. You're smarter than we are." And it was like many people called me out after Leona called me out. I guess I was really hesitant for a minute. I guess the Spanish teacher must have told me that I was really good Spanish, and I guess he encouraged me to dance. And so after 1 minute, I remember standing up for the first time just to relieve myself, overcome my fears. Because at that time I was, I felt, I had the sense of feeling fear because I was afraid of getting judged. Because I didn't know what to expect when I showcased my talent in front of the class. You know that feeling where you feel worried about getting judged. I felt that way. I felt embarrassed, but when I actually did the salsa dance for like 10 seconds, everyone was like cheering for me. And I was like, it's like, here's the thing. I did not, usually people who are quiet or introverts, they don't usually get called out. But someone called me out, which is unusual.
And are you an introvert still?
I mean, I can be, but back then I was.
Yeah.
Because like I said before, I was pretty quiet. But I knew the materials very well. I did contribute a lot because I knew the course very well.
Yeah. So, what is your take? Do you have a take?
I think my take is like, as far as special education, right? I just think there's got to be some improvements, especially in my case, with my exposure to really meeting new people. It felt really rewarding to really meet new people because if I didn't have that experience, I would still be an introvert. It would be really hard for me to express what I want and what I need.
Yeah.
And probably stick with the task group more than anybody else.
Yeah, I agree.
But with the incident with another ex-friend that I had back in 2023, late 2022, I try to use that trait again to really see some of my familiar faces I knew that I can benefit from rather than having to suffer from toxicity. So that's why I made my own mind to really just reach out to my old buddies again.
Yeah.
And that's another reason why I want to network and grow, expand my connections so that way I can familiarize myself, gain confidence by meeting new people.
Yeah. Just to give criticism, when you give a take, make sure you get to the point of like, okay, here's what it is. This is what I'm trying to say.
Yep. As far as special education, I think they should improve on having the ability for kids to express on what they want and need, but also have the ability for the kids to be able to ask anybody for help, not just one particular teacher, like you mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when you mentioned that we should be able to ask friends or other teachers rather than asking that specific person, that same particular teacher over and over again.
Yeah.
Oh, before you ask Josh about his couple weeks, do you want to talk about your version of what special ed felt like for you and what you criticized for during your time?
Well, hold on. I will, but I'll ask Josh. Josh, how has it been since the last time we recorded? How was your New Year, and what have you been up to?
Um, I've been much up to anything. We did go to Uno Pizzeria Grill in Dedham yesterday. Um, and went to Cambridge the Sunday prior. Um, and yeah, that was it. My New Year's was just fine. I was on vacation, so.
Did you go anywhere on New Year's or New Year's Eve?
Went to Boston.
Did a certain go after your ass?
No. Thankfully, no.
Yeah, so we're talking about current. We started off with talks. The ex friend who decided to send a voicemail to AJ, right, Kevin?
Yep.
And it was about, in a sense, that this ex friend got a hold of the phone number and address of this person
Correct.
and wanted this AJ to unfriend him and thinks that Juju is an evil witch.
I don't believe that for a second.
Yeah.
I think I think that is a downright lie.
Well, actually, I don't doubt that Stephen may have looked it up because. Oh, sorry, I mentioned the person's name, but
Well, he did look up
anyway.
online. He did look
Yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah, he did. And apparently this has scared AJ. I do hope that AJ posts a restraining order against this son of a bitch. So, if anything, it works well. So, currently, we're talking about special education. So, Josh, do you have a take on special education for it to be improved on?
I think special education should be improved on by making friends as well as making the right choice. And people say no, as hard as it is, you're gonna have to accept it.
I agree with that. Can you define like social, like making friends? Like, how can high on the spectrum, high or low, how should they be able to make friends?
They should, for, first and foremost, they should definitely get to know that person before they make this before they decide to be friends with them,
Mm-hmm.
and you should also treat them well, and and never stalk or do anything to make that person feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, should Josh tell his version of what if how special ed helped him, but at the same time how he grew out of special ed and how he
uh,
can be independent?
yeah. So, Josh,
Yeah,
three things. One, how is special ed work for you?
yeah.
What should they do better, and how has it been like to be independent?
Those are all good questions. So the first so to answer your first question, special ed. Actually, I made a lot of childhood friends, believe it or not, in special
Mm-hmm.
ed. Even ones outside of said special ed that I'm friends with to this day, even though I don't talk with them as often as I used to. Um,
How did you do that?
I introduced them to I introduced myself to them,
Hmm.
and we just took it from there.
Like, did you like exchange numbers and then maybe plan things out if you wanted guys to want to do something?
Yes, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that's good.
and we also have Facebook, so that's another way to look at it.
Yeah, it sounds like to me like you're starting to gain independence.
Yes, and to answer your second question, special education could very well be improved on making more friends, but more importantly, asking other people rather than just one specific person, as Kevin said
Hmm.
earlier.
I agree.
And then finally, I gained my independence by learning how to take the T, which still do to this very day. And even when I get a car or a vehicle, I will never drive to Boston because of how congested it is, unless it's near Newton, Waltham, or Watertown. But if it's downtown, I'm 100% gonna take the T.
Yeah, so I do agree that like you can make friends. So let me give a take. I think that even if you're high functioning or low functioning, you should socialize with normal people.
Hmm.
I
Agree or
agree.
agree or disagree, and why?
I agree because making friends can very well give you an escape from reality, even if it's for a short amount of time.
I feel like it can definitely benefit you, especially if you're looking for something to do, and if you see if you definitely want to develop make friends with someone that you may not know that may share something in common with you that you could do with them. I think networking definitely can increase chance of feeling accepted and allowing you to feel confident, especially you're trying to be able to grow your mind out of the special ed group. I mean, it's good. It's good that you can still be friends with people from the task group, but it's like this is a moment for you to really explore. As we talked about with our ex friend, right? We told him like this could be a chance for him, but the problem is maybe he's not ready for it. But it's like the problem again. He has one restraining order, so he cannot talk to that person, and there could be potential that AJ could file a restraining order. So he lost two friends there because of his actions, which suggests that he needs to be careful in what he's doing. And this should be a lesson for him.
Yes. And
So,
all I have to say is all of this could have easily been avoided had this person just listened.
and it can help you mentally when you make new friends, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I. Yeah. Yeah. I did actually for my weekend. I watched sports. I watched the Patriots win against the Los Angeles Chargers
I should have watched it. Oh
in
well.
the playoffs, and they're now advancing to the next round. And so,
Woohoo!
um, the one thing they will do is that they will host the Steelers or the Houston Texans to the Tex. They will host the Pittsburgh Steelers or the Houston Texans.
Whoa! Awesome. I wish I watched it last Saturday. There was a game on Saturday, and I just was working that day, that night actually.
Hmm.
Oh well.
Buffalo actually moved on to face off against Denver.
Ooh. I actually have a coworker who goes to school in Denver. I wonder who he supports.
Hmm. Denver Broncos, or as I like to call them, or one YouTuber used to call them, the Denver Donkeys.
Oh my god.
Do you get it? Do you get it? Like
Oh, I
Denver,
get it. Yep, I
the
get it.
donkeys, Broncos, donkeys.
I get it. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So, do you hope that the Super Bowl will come back to New England?
Oh, they better. The problem is my work's near there.
Oh,
If it's on a
really?
weekday, there'll be a hectic amount of traffic.
You know what you could do?
Yeah.
What if you bought a? Actually, you wouldn't be able to buy a Super Bowl ticket. What if you bought a ticket to Gillette Stadium to watch the game?
Oh, that'll be really cool because my work's like not too far from Gillette Stadium. But the parking's gonna be really hard to find though.
Mm,
It's really competitive. I have high school friends that go and watch the New England the Pats. Especially, I have a friend who is a football coach in a different community for a different high school community. While he works in a high school gym, Waltham High School gym teacher, so he works in two different communities. So
yeah,
he would if there's a good chance I may see him there in his wife.
A blind spot that's never out of sight.
yeah.
The Hyundai Tucson. Now, lease a Hyundai Tucson SE for $249 a month.
Wait, what? Wait, what is that ad? That sounds like a good ad. Oh, wait, wait. I'm
Uh-oh.
so confused.
Like playing for 30 years, 20 years, 30, 25 years.
Oh,
Please rise and welcome our joint services color guard.
I hope we don't get copyright infringement.
I hope either. I hope on YouTube I don't get a copyright thing. I really hope not.
And the founding ideals set forth in the Declaration of Independence.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So the Patriots, if they win this Super Bowl, okay. So far, on the AFC, which is the conference we're in, and a game will decide today. So you have Denver, Buffalo, New England, and Pittsburgh and Houston.
Oh,
Buffalo is a 6th seed, and they could win against Denver, and New England could play against Denver. That'd be cool.
yep.
Then on the other side, you have LA Rams versus Chicago. Then you have San Francisco versus Seattle.
Of the West Coast.
Yeah, so if Seattle, it's like if Seattle wins against San Francisco, and then you have like you could either have 2 divisional rematches because Seattle faced off against San Francisco, and then they could face the LA Rams, but they could also face the Chicago Bears.
Ooh, really big lines there.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is about New England, like, I'm not really sure about their playoff success because, like, their schedule was kind of subpar due to because they face competition from a division where 3 of the teams went 8-9.
Oh, you think we're gonna make it?
I mean, I don't know per se because it's the competition, like the what you call strength of schedule.
Yeah.
It's like the opponent and their record, and then how they performed. That's what matters. And if you looked at New England's, I don't know if they had a good strength of schedule in comparison to, like, let's say Denver.
Yep.
Denver went well, I mean, they once had Peyton Manning, but Denver went 14-3, and they had a very competitive schedule from the very beginning. Like, they had close matchups and stuff, but New England, they didn't.
Okay. That's tricky there.
They even had a game where I think I said on October 19, 2025, where the Denver Broncos came back and they scored 33 points in the fourth quarter alone.
Wow. That's big.
Yeah, so I'm not so sure who is gonna be going to the Super Bowl. Buffalo could make it to the Super Bowl, which would be their 5th, and they have lost 4 previously. Just saying. And they're the only team to go to 4 Super Bowls straight, and they lost every single one of them.
Oh my gosh.
That is really depressing, isn't it?
Yep. 4 games.
4 Super Bowls in a row. Now for Houston, again, this is happening today as we speak. If Houston makes it, it would be their first ever Super Bowl.
Ooh. Wonder who.
So they went 12-5, but they didn't win their division. So they started 3-5 for the first 9 weeks, And then after that, they went on a 9-game win streak. So today they face off against Steelers, who they'll be facing in the playoffs. Um, well, it's kind of a first for them because they played in, I think they played in the what was it? They may have played in the, yeah, they played in the regular season, and then they're now playing in the postseason. So I don't know who's gonna win. I honestly don't know because New England's there, and I want New England to win,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know who exactly is gonna win.
Houston. We'll see who. Houston.
Josh, are you there?
I think he said he had to step out.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Do you have any future plans for this week? Do you have anything planned for this week?
For me, I'm doing Bowling Buddies this Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
It happens every Thursdays this month in February. And Friday, I signed up to participate in a recreational activity in the same place where bowling is, but I had to pay $25 out of pocket. Then Saturday, I work. Oh,
What is bowling? Yeah. So bowling buddies is something where you get to do with your buddies. Yes.
yeah, it's so Vinny's mom is usually hosts it, but the mayor and the director was nice. Were nice to pay for our program, and it's similar to Nothing's Impossible Baseball. It was really having fun, but the thing that Vinny's mom likes to do is whenever all the pins get knocked down, she would want us to dance to celebrate the victory, like show off our dance moves. She likes when people dance. And every time when Juju knocks all the pins down, she would dance. And then his mom was like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah."
Hmm.
I gotta show you the videos.
Yeah. So for bowling, has it been? So what was the first day of bowling buddies like?
There were definitely a lot of people there. A lot of parents were sitting out and supporting the kids. I did see Evan there as well and his brother. And it's this really small bowling place in a recreation building in Waltham. There's actually 4 lanes. It's a really small place, small room. I don't know what the room was before the bowling, but we each will be in the line taking turns bowling, and yeah, it's like Nothing's Impossible in a way. Vinny's mom wants to make sure everyone has fun. There's no competition. They don't really keep track of scores. They just keep track of whoever gets all the pins knocked down has to dance. Like she'll do a video of us dancing. It's like show off your dance moves, and yeah, this is actually the second time doing it this year. Yeah, it felt like for Vinny's mom, she wanted to do something to really make everyone special and for the program to be well known to the community. Yeah, even though it's a small room, but we still were pretty manageable. Yeah, I wish there was food, but there's no food, so sadly, unless we bring our own food. But yeah, it's really fun. If you like bowling, that should be something for you. And Juju gets along with Vinny's mom very well, and they talk a lot. They do talk a lot there.
Hmm. Yeah, like what is it though? Like it's pretty cool to do bowling.
Yeah, it's pretty laid back. Yeah, no one's strict unless if you're gonna disobey the rules or break the lanes, that kind of thing. But other than that, just have fun. Um, but yeah, there's several kids from Nothing's Impossible that already joined the club.
Oh, really?
Yeah, every time when we do Nothing's Impossible, she'll probably talk to to the parents saying, "Oh, I'm hosting the bowling buddies, and I want to invite you." Like we actually have a Facebook page of it, and she'll be taking pictures of the us dancing, also holding the ball. Yeah, video of us knocking the pins down, and then at the end of the session, she'll always do a group picture. She's a picture person. She likes to do selfies all the time. She's really outgoing. You should meet her. Juju gets along with her, but Juju thinks she's funny. Yeah, she has 5 adopted children, and she has two biological sons.
I think you were saying something about that. Like she hosted what parties and stuff.
Yeah, she hosted Halloween parties at her house before, and every year she'll invite some people from Nothing's Impossible, and then one of her adopted child's friends over to celebrate his birthday. And I was there with Juju and Evan last year, and I saw Matt's brother there. We got to chill out there. Some people swam. We did. So during that time, during the summer, the first thing we did was we ate food. Vinny would cook burgers. His father would order pizza. I forgot what his mom did. But we would eat first thing. A lot of kids will swim at the pool, and there were times where we did the water slide, slips and slide thing. You know how there's a plastic slide, and someone would hold the water hose, and you pretend to dive while sliding on the thing, and you get wet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, slip and slide. I think that's what it's called. And there were times where we would swim the pool. We would hit the piñata. It was really it's a yearly thing, and every Halloween there, and she also hosts a Halloween party too at her house in a different community, and we did a bunch of things. I think the first thing we did was we would sit and chillax in the living room, and we'll eat food first, and then there was a time where after sunset there's this thing called eating donut contest. So there'll be a long string that is tied between both trees, and the adults would tie the donuts on the string, and then once it's ready, there'll be us forming a long line, and in order to eat, we have to put our hands in the bag and just use our face just to munch the donuts without using our hands. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like a hot dog eating contest, if that makes sense, but you just don't use your hands. And you try to get all the donuts in your mouth. No, you only eat one Dunkin' Donuts, but you just can't use your hands to hold the donuts. And I also remember we used toilet papers to mummify ourselves. And once we finished wrapping someone with the toilet paper, we would then try to break out with the toilet paper. And then there was a session where we had to create caramel apples.
Caramel apples? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm allergic to apples. I didn't eat apples because I was allergic to apples. But Donato did. He was able to make his own caramel apple, and he would add like M&Ms and chocolate chip on that apple. And during the middle of the night, the kids would play manhunt. It's like hide and seek or something. They would play hide and seek outside at night. That's their thing. And I think that was it. I think that's what Vinny's mom usually does. But she used to live in Waltham, but she lives in a different community because she has 5 adopted children. And she needs a bigger house to fit all the children up there. But her oldest son, Vinny, resides in Waltham. Her youngest son lives with her and her husband and the children. So it's a really big house. Yeah, you should definitely meet him. I know you said in the last episode you're up to making a new connection through me. Yeah. Yeah, that's what Vinny's mom does. She's very outgoing. She's also involved with Special Olympics too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's important.
Yeah, she likes to do like those events. Yeah, every weekend she has a daycare, but every weekend she likes to go out with the children, like do random things, go on trips together. I think a couple months ago they went to Yankee Candle's place in Deerfield, Massachusetts. They do go to Canby Lake a lot. They have a season pass. They're all over the place, and there'll be times where we bump into them. It's like, why are you following us?
Yeah. I mean, it's important, you know?
Yeah, it's just Vinny's mom wants fun. That's all she wants. She wants to make sure everyone has a good time when she invites them. But Juju thinks Vinny's mom's super funny. She's like a show-it-all person. And Juju, she reminds Juju of like a teacher from a task group or so. Like she'll tell people to do this and that, but at the same time she's more lenient than any other teacher because she's focused on having fun more than following directions at school.
Yeah. And that is important because ultimately it's how it's done, I think.
Yeah. I mean, during my high school years, it was pretty successful, especially when I was able to gain independence, even though I still received services from the special ed program, but at least I gained some independence, which felt really good. And I knew I needed to practice being independent. And definitely networking. Especially during my senior year, I felt really popular during my senior year. I felt like there was a good handful of people being able to talk with me. And having that luxury to make the last moments memorable before we departed high school. Because I knew at the moment when we graduated, it's like, we're done. We're done with high school. It's kind of like a bittersweet moment because I was excited to leave school, but I missed my friends. I just had a sense of missing my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I felt like graduating high school was pretty successful because my parents got what they wanted and to them, they felt happy that I was able to gain independence and having the ability to make new friends at high school. I mean, it was really hard. I felt apprehensive at first, especially when I was in 7th grade. It was just a lot of adjustments I had to get used to. But at the end of the day, it's like it was worth it, though. It was definitely worth it. Because if I didn't experience it, I wouldn't really know how to. It would have been really hard for me to make new friends. I mean, I could technically make new friends, but I would struggle. I would even still struggle. I mean, there are times I might be introvert, but I don't mind making new friends. Which is another reason why my New Year's resolution is to be able to grow connections. Because I knew it can really help me gain confidence. Yeah, and I do hope, though, to participate in communities to create a huge impact on the community of Waltham. I knew because I want to be able to feel something and also stand out. I want to stand out for the community. Like, hey, I'm capable of this. I want to do something. Feel something where I feel remembered, where I feel that I want to remember. I want to feel a sense of how I made a huge impact on the community.
Yeah. And the other thing is, next week is MLK Day.
Oh, wow. That's quick. Also, I also had Janato's mom was actually telling me I should be an author. She said that I was good at telling stories. She felt like her son needed that. She wanted her son to be the spot where he can easily make new friends. But I guess his mom expected more from him, where he can learn how to network. I mean, he can, but it's like, for him, it's like he'll probably want my assistance because I knew how to make more friends. I was more natural interacting with them more than he does. So every time, it's like, which is another reason why. And actually, this is a story I want to say. So his mom actually doesn't mind me introducing him to my high school friends. It might sound weird at first because we're over 10 years older than him. But he's already an adult anyway, and she doesn't mind. She wanted him to start meeting my friends first so he can get that exposure to see what it feels like to make new connections through my friends. I mean, when he first started that, he really felt insecure at first. Maybe he was used to talking with his parents. And then I had to tell her the same story I was telling you tonight on what I've gone through, and she thought that his process and my process sound the same. She thinks he was in a similar spot that I was, and she's hoping for him to do the same thing like I'm doing. It does take a lot of work, but I know he can do it. It just takes a lot of practice. And speaking of which, I've actually noticed, I don't want to say this, it might sound embarrassing, but he still struggles in understanding math, especially when it comes to counting money. So even though he graduated from high school, I still had to help him with understanding how to count money, for him to understand basic math skills. And as a result, the teachers didn't really do much.
Really?
Yeah, because he doesn't know how to. I hate to say this, but it's like he's still struggling in understanding how math works. I don't want to say he's bad at math. He's just struggling to understand how math works, and he's struggling to understand how to count money to this day. And so every time we go out to restaurants, he would ask me to help him tell him which bill value to take out to cover the cost, including tips. He has a tip chart that he brings with him all the time. He just doesn't know how to use the money to cover the cost. And so I had to teach him that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of that's interesting because
I'm not saying this to target him. I'm just saying what the special ed could have done better.
Yeah.
Because he's still struggling how to count money. He's still struggling how to understand math, and which is another reason why there are times I may help him with that. I mean, I didn't want to put him in a spot tonight. I'm just saying.
Oh, you're not. You're just saying something that the people should have done, but they did not do that.
Yeah. He can articulate pretty well. He's really good at, he has something in common with you. He likes history. He likes to go back in time and talk about history. But he admires animals.
Animal history? Like biology?
I mean, he likes to learn about, he likes animal revolution, but he also likes history. Like learn about maybe United States history, I think. He's more into history and learning about biology, animals. Animal-wise. He actually wants to find ways to save the planet from, like, where there's no deforestation, make sure that animals live comfortably.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the climate change that's happening, how can we combat that to help the animals? That's his thinking.
Yeah. I think that's a good point to make. It's like really important to do. I
I mean, I'm speechless at this point because he is a good kid. He is a good kid. It's just I wish the teacher did more where he can be comfortable with counting money and understanding math. Because he's still not understanding how math works. And he just, so quite frankly, he still doesn't understand what the value means. So he still thinks $20 bill is worth $1 because he thinks of it as paper bills as a quantity, right? So, for example, if there's two $20 bills that totals $40, he still thinks it's $2. You know what I mean? Because he thinks about the paper bills, like how many paper bills he has rather than looking at the value of each bills. So he's struggling to understand that. And so in that situation, how can the teachers explain math skills, and how to understand counting skills for him in this case?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I remember I was taught to count money when I was in elementary school. I believe it was elementary school. It should have been elementary school. And his mom asks me, like, every time we go out, she wants him to learn how to count money on his own. But he still asks me because he doesn't understand how value works. How the value works, rather than just counting a singular piece of paper. All right. Hey, guess who's back?
Josh. Yeah, you guys are ready for a game?
Yeah, I'm ready for the game. Oh, is it the category thing?
We can't do categories because it's gonna be 2 people.
Oh, okay. What game are you thinking then?
Oh,
The drawing game.
Oh,
actually,
okay.
what are you guys talking about?
I guess we were talking about like bowling and sports.
Oh,
Josh, what's your take on sports?
Sports is it's a good way to escape reality. But also, sports overall would be a good way to burn calories, escape reality, um, and just have fun.
Yeah, so okay. Yeah, so all right. Here's how it's gonna go, right, for this game.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm listening.
This is the drawing game where basically you have to draw something
Yeah.
in order to. So I text person A, text to person B. Person B draws something for person C. You have a certain amount of guesses, so a certain amount of hints. If you guess it correctly, you get a point. If you don't guess it correctly, you don't get a point. Simple.
Yep.
Yeah, you two talk for a moment. I have to, get something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to rip a piece of papers out so I can get ready for drawing. Oh yeah, so that time when we went to Uno's yesterday, Josh, on the last day, what did it feel like?
It's bittersweet, It's a good way to get out of the house, but it was a bittersweet moment considering it's now my only time being there because now they're closed.
I know. I remember I got spaghetti pasta with, I think, chicken pasta or something. I remember. What did you get again? I know what you got, but you want to tell the audience what you
I got
for
fish and
dinner?
chip.
Yum.
Mhm.
And I remember we did selfies together afterwards.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, speaking of which, we got to go back to Masala Art soon.
Mm.
Remember the time when we went with Peter
Mhm.
from Masala Art?
Yeah.
We should go back.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah. Did you do anything today?
Not really. I just did laundry. That was pretty much
Yeah.
it.
I worked today.
Oh,
How was the ride back home after I got dropped off?
well, the plan was I was the next one, but I wound up being the last drop off. You dropped Xavier up, and then me.
You. Yeah. It was so much fun yesterday. I wish.
On top of that,
I should have done with you guys. We should have gone to the Yankees candle place.
oh yeah, we should.
You missed that place, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, even though I already went last year, I don't mind going back again, even though it's already Christmas. It's already past Christmas, but the Christmas set up is there year round.
Oh.
So if you want to go back and revisit the Christmas again, even though it's already past Christmas, hit me up. And see what we can do. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I wish I went. I mean, I do miss Christmas. I'm excited for the warm weather.
Me too. I can't wait for winter to end.
Oh, for the warm weather to come back?
Yeah.
What are you hoping to do this summer?
I don't know yet. That's a good question though. But there's so many things to choose from, And,
yeah, especially like when you work on, especially you have Sundays and Mondays off.
Yeah. Yeah, Sunday's my Saturday, so.
Oh, you have Saturdays off?
No, I said Sunday is my Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll be going to Southie on March 15th for a St. Patrick's Day parade.
Oh, cool. It's been a
I
while
went
since
last
I've
year.
been.
I'm
I
gonna
didn't want
go
to go last year though because it was gonna be too hectic for me to drive there,
Yeah.
and the parking is really hard to find,
Mm,
especially if you park on streets. It's hard.
yeah.
Driving Boston is super hard. Not hard, but
Yeah. It's just
scary.
yeah. It's also
Yeah. Were you guys talking about travels?
We
well.
were just talking about like what we're hoping to do this summer.
Can you guys come here, please?
Oh, if I had enough money, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, McKinney has a national airport.
Yeah, but it's expensive. I mean,
Yeah. On top of that,
and plus I have to pay for rental cars too.
No, actually, like I could drive. You don't have to get a car. You could go by Uber.
But I don't have Uber account though,
Eh.
so you may have to drive me.
I don't
Once you get
mind
the-
driving. You
Could
can
you?
help.
So could you drive? Could you pick me up at the airport?
Sure. As long as
And-
my mom is there.
And where would I sleep? Would I sleep at a hotel?
You can sleep in my house.
Okay, as long as your mom's okay with it.
Yeah, my mom is okay with friends.
I usually don't sleep at people's house unless if it's like. But I did sleep at my aunt's and uncle's house one time when I was in Vietnam. Kind of felt awkward, but I'm like, we didn't want to spend extra money for hotels, so we ended up sleeping at our relative's house in Vietnam. I slept at my relative's house before in Canada.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, soon I would go back to Texas. I looked up on LinkedIn, but I actually have another coworker who is from Texas too. Actually, I think he's from Austin, I believe. I just don't want to say his name here, but he used to live in Austin, I believe. And I see him driving a car, and he has a Texas license plate.
All right. Yeah, Josh, I know you said it was expensive. You wanted to add something else?
tell me.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else in regards to going to Texas.
Yeah. Yeah. On top of that, flights could be canceled due to the weather or whatever circumstances they have.
Oh my god, I heard this most ridiculous thing. This is a little bit off topic.
Yeah.
So I read an article.
Mhm.
Massachusetts governor. This does not relate to banning on driving, but the governor wants to see if she could reduce the amount of miles being driven as a goal. But she's not going to impose tickets or anything, or impose banning on driving. You know what I mean? It's hard to really say it, but I heard this ridiculous thing. I guess she's trying to make sure that we have a clean air and stuff, but it doesn't seem realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys ready for this game?
Yeah, I have my computer on so I can see the messages on Facebook.
Actually, no.
If you guys can text me on Facebook, then I can see it rather than flipping on my phone.
Yeah, I prefer Facebook as well.
All right, I'll text Josh first. Yeah. Josh, when do you plan, out of curiosity, I'm not going to be mean, when do you plan on having a haircut or anything?
I'm not gonna shave my head completely, but I am planning on getting a haircut. I want to say between. I know certainly right before I go to South Boston for the St. Patrick's Day parade, so definitely before then. I want to say end of February, early March, somewhere around there. The problem is with my work schedule. I work Tuesday through Saturday, but the barbershop is only open Tuesday to Friday till 4:45. So that's gonna be a little tricky.
Okay, so
I
when
think-
it comes to an image, do you want me to send you the image? If I send an image, could you draw it?
Yeah, I should be able to.
Yeah.
Can you just like write in words or?
Well, okay, Josh, out of curiosity, if I
Yeah.
send you the logo, could you look it up and then draw it?
I mean, sure, but I honestly think it'd be easier with words. But if you do that, then I'll do my best to guess.
I
Okay.
mean, I don't mind pictures.
I already know not to say such things out loud.
Okay, sure. All right. Okay.
What was it?
Okay, I will put myself on mute.
Yeah. Oh, Josh, I think I might do another 5K race on May. I don't know what day it is though. If you're interested, I might do a race again in May for the Stripes of Education. If it is to do another one,
Yeah.
I think it's usually on Sundays. If you want to watch me,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to definitely be involved more in the community. Really benefit the community. Spread awareness. Wait, who's sending the message first, and who's it going to be sent to?
Well, I sent it to Josh, and now Josh is drawing it.
Oh, okay. And then Josh will pass it to me, and then I pass it to you after, basically.
Yeah,
Okay.
I kind of like this game because drawing it. I know we have to focus on words for categories, but I also like the drawing game.
Just a variety of things.
Well, yeah, we could like come up with anything we want to draw, so long as it's legal. Because
Yes.
I wouldn't want you to draw a penis and then
Oh
and then
gosh, don't get me
expect.
started on that.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking at LinkedIn for a second. So I'm just like multitasking LinkedIn. Okay, never mind. I recently followed a couple new coworkers on LinkedIn, by the way.
Hmm.
Yep.
Alright.
So I'm assuming Josh is done, right? Oh no, not yet.
Are you done, Josh?
So I have to guess what Josh drew.
Mm,
My
I'm
friend
assuming it's not the best.
can't really see that well. Can you shift it? Yeah, I can't really see.
Josh, could you give out hints for Kevin to maybe guess better?
It's a football team logo.
Football team logo. Oh my gosh. Football team logo. It cannot be. It definitely can't be the Cats.
No.
Okay, that's what I figured. Oh gosh. Is it? It can't be the Chiefs, right?
Mm-mm.
Oh my gosh.
Josh, could you give out one more hint?
Okay. It's a football team in the middle of the country.
Is it the Denvers?
No.
Not quite.
Huh?
No, it's Would you like me to tell Kevin, Roll?
Give one more hint. Okay, let me give the hint. It is a football team that comes from a state that starts with the letter I.
Okay. Oh, White Sox?
No, state
No.
name. I said state name that starts with an I.
Oh, oh my gosh. That starts with an I, you said?
Yeah, I. Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh my gosh. Is it the
It's not a team name, so you have to guess by state.
Indiana?
Yep, Indiana.
Nice.
Indiana. And by the way, their college football team is undefeated.
Ooh,
Nice.
damn.
And if they win their college football, the national championship on the 19th, they'll be the first team since the 1894 Pennsylvania Quakers to go 16-0.
Ooh.
So it's my
1890.
turn. Is it my turn to text you something?
It's your turn to draw, Kevin.
Okay, so who's gonna ask me to draw? Is Josh gonna tell me to draw something?
Yes.
Okay.
So currently, Kevin has a point.
Wow. I didn't expect to get a point with all the hints you gave me.
Okay. Let's go. Think of a description. I'll go from there.
Y'all fit.
Yeah, I was watching Indiana Hoosier football. Like, I was paying attention to them.
Yeah.
And they're not really known for being a college football school. They're more of a college basketball school.
Oh.
They are a college basketball blue blood, which a blue blood means like they're historic in the sport they are in. And I'm kind of fascinated by them because they hired the coach,
Yeah.
Kurt Signetti, and they went 11-2 in their first season, and then
Yeah.
the next season they've gone undefeated, which is like the biggest turnaround for Indiana football.
Right. Yep. Ooh,
Yeah.
this is gonna be hard. I wish I was a good artist. Even though I took interior design.
Oh.
Thanks a lot, Josh.
Would I be able to guess this one? I'm kind of
I believe you will. I'm pretty sure you will. It's just
Whoops.
it's all right. I'll try. At least you never know. At least I'm trying. So
Yeah. Well, if it makes you feel better,
no. It's okay. No. I'm just messing up. I'm just messing with you.
I know you are.
What
I'm
were
just
you
messing
gonna
with you.
what were you gonna say, Josh?
I suck at drawing. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How would you feel if what if somebody told just okay, I know this wouldn't ever happen, but what if somebody drawed like genitalia? What would you guys do?
Sorry.
I
Could
shoot the camera off
you repeat what you say?
What if somebody drew genitalia?
Oh God! No.
We'll do it.
No.
I'm leaving the podcast.
Okay, this is all right. Ready? You might not only get a couple tries wrong. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh wait, actually,
Mm.
I was just gonna write some words to give you some hints on what I'm trying to portray. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me guess what this is. It might be obvious.
A police car.
Okay, what is it doing?
It's going after something.
What are the lines behind the car representing?
Tire tracks?
No. They go vroom vroom. What is it doing?
What is it? Screeching? Like tire
No. But you're on the right track, but it's not what Josh is looking for.
Can I have a hint?
If there's an instance if the police car uses a siren, was it What does it do to follow the suspect?
It flashes. It makes noises.
Yeah, but what else though?
Going by driving fast behind
Yes.
his husband.
Yes, speeding down the road.
I don't know. I don't want to have a point for that one. It took
Sure.
too many tries.
Nope.
I'm not
Okay, are you
sure.
sure?
I'm not. I mean, okay, I'll have it, but
Want to
that
have a
felt-
point? Have a point just for fairness, or
okay. Let me say this. I think it was too vague.
okay? So
Yeah.
you don't want to get a point then?
Okay. Maybe next time. Okay.
Okay, that's fine. So far I'm in the lead.
Yeah. Well, you and I we're tied.
Okay.
Kevin. Josh. Now you have to text Kevin's.
No, I already drew.
Oh yeah. Oops.
I have to text you something. Okay, this is gonna sound silly, but I'll write what it is. Oh my gosh. You're probably not gonna like what I write.
Is it stupid?
Maybe. Well. Okay, I texted you. Oh,
Excuse me.
all right. I just texted you something.
Yeah, I'll get my pencil.
You got some exercise tonight.
Mhm.
Wait, oh my God! When we started the live stream, it was sunny. Now it's dark on it's night already.
Mm.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Wait, when did you guys start the podcast? 5 o'clock?
We actually start 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock? Oh.
Yeah. It was sunny on Rahul's end, and it was already dark here.
Yeah.
I can't believe on that social media episode I was talking about that certain sensitive topic.
I mean, you shouldn't not have said it. You could just say, "Oh, I watched it, but I wasn't taught that it was illegal." So
I am
Huh?
so bad at drawing.
Do you want me to give you a different description?
No, I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna
Okay.
try my best because trying your best is a good thing to think in life.
Positive attitude.
Yes.
That's the thing, special ed, as talking about special education again, I feel like there should be a point where kids can start exploring on their own. See, they can still have guidance, but they should have this development of exploring on their own. You know what I mean? They cannot always be told what to do all the time, because if they're being told what to do all the time, they're not learning anything.
Excuse me.
How would you feel if somebody burped in your face?
Ew.
Oh, yeah.
John. Like right here. Can you see it?
Maybe turn the lights on. Do you have a lamp
Oh,
or shine the light? Use your phone to shine the light on the picture.
stay in the light. Stay in the light. Da da da.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Sing Alive
Oh.
by Bee Gees.
Well, da 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 da. Stand alive. Stand alive. Da 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 da. Stand alive. Stand alive.
Yep.
Did I do it correctly? Did I sing it correctly?
Yeah. I know. Yep, I know exactly the song you're talking about. We
Yeah.
should go back to the 70s.
Yeah.
That. Oh, you really want to go back to the 70s? Well, that's when Richard Nixon took us off the gold standard.
Yeah. There's a song called You Should Be Dancing. Yeah. Dancing. Yeah. I gotta listen to that song after the episode's over. You should be dancing. Yeah.
You know what the worst part? Could you imagine a situation where, right, that people start. How would you feel if somebody went up to you and was like, "Hey, I have drawing sexual images of people." What would you do?
Oh no.
Mm-mm.
What
What
if
would?
children are there? That's the
Yeah,
problem.
yeah. And you know another thing?
Yeah.
Imagine if somebody during the drawing game drew genitalia. What would you do?
Maybe maybe not disqualify them, but eliminate them in that round. If that makes sense. They're automatically out of the game of the round.
I mean, yeah. So I ask this because, well, some people are dirty minded.
Yeah. Oh, true. That's
Yeah,
true.
I'm trying to figure out a way. I'm sorry it's taking so long. It's because
Sometimes you try to align the description, but it's hard to align to draw based on the description provided. Maybe you might interpret my directions differently from what I anticipate.
yeah. Josh, are you watching football today?
No, no, I'm not.
Uh,
Oh, Rahul, while you're drawing, do you mind if I step out and do laundry quickly?
yeah, sure.
I'll be right back. It should take like 5 minutes.
So, Josh,
Mhm.
what do you plan on doing for this future week?
I don't know on the top of my head. There is this boat show at the convention center this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm on the fence with that though, but I might go just to get out of the house. Um, but I'm not 100% certain on that.
Oh, uh, I accidentally spilled red ink all over my hand.
Oh man, that's not good.
Yeah, so this is one of those ink pens. Are you familiar with ink pens?
Yes.
Yeah, this requires ink. Oh my god, I wasted ink.
Ugh,
Oh.
I like ink pens. I like regular pens.
Mm.
Wait, sorry,
Yeah,
are you talking about a pen like this? Oh,
this.
yeah, I don't like pens like that. I prefer pens like this.
Yeah, so how long has it been since you banned our X run?
Um, Next month will be a whole year.
Do you feel good about it?
Oh, couldn't be any happier. How long have you blocked this person?
Yeah, I felt bad for AJ when it came to what happened with this X run because yeah, to repeat one more time, this ex friend sent AJ a voicemail basically saying to unfriend him, and because Juju's a witch, a lying witch, whatever, and this ex friend has AJ's phone number and address.
Wait, so, um, what did this ex-friend do exactly?
So apparently, if you ever hang out with AJ, maybe get more clarity.
Yeah,
But or I'm. Do you have him on Facebook?
I do.
So you could message him to for more clarity. So apparently he sent this voicemail. I actually got the real voicemail because it wasn't working on Messenger. I got it from Tina,
Yeah,
and apparently it was saying that this ex friend got a hold of AJ's what address and cell phone number based on public record, like a book, public record or whatever,
yeah.
and he wants AJ to unfriend him because Steven no sorry for saying the name,
That's okay.
but yeah, and Juju is a lying witch.
Wow. So this ex friend wants AJ to unfriend him.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
and this ex friend knows where AJ lives.
How he's gonna get there? That's the only concern he has. But
He knows Wolfam by like everything, which is scary in and in itself because could you imagine like one of us like being like that? That would never like work. You would agree, right?
oh, 100%.
Which is like messed up in every way, shape, or form because in all honesty, like I wish like people understood what we did, like what we go through and everything.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like we have feelings, we have those things, but what I don't appreciate, and I don't know if you would agree with this, is that people with autism are treated poorly.
I somewhat agree, but that's not always the case.
Hmm. Yeah. What um do you agree or disagree that people with autism shouldn't have medication?
I agree because um, people like that deserve to have freedom and a normal lifestyle like all of us.
All right. All right. Kevin, you're here. Can you see this any better, Josh?
Uh, just
Mm,
just a little.
yeah.
Okay. Hold on.
Maybe if you draw it bigger. I don't know if it's gonna take too much time though for you.
No, I can do it.
You want to draw it bigger?
Yeah, because why the fuck not?
It's too small. Or you can just take a picture with your phone and show on your phone.
I can't show it like that. Sorry.
Oh,
Uh yeah, so I said a take to Josh. I would like your opinion on this.
you said
Um
what? The tape?
a take where people with autism should have medications.
Ooh, I mean, medications. Pills. I feel like pills might be worse. It could jeopardize your health, especially if you take it excessively. Especially if you have, mm, like, what's that word? Bipolar disorder, or if you anxiety disorder. For me, I like music's my therapy, is my medication. I like to use music to calm my mind if I'm ever stressed out about something.
Uh
But
is
pills,
is this better?
can't really, I can't really see that well. Can't. I can't really see that well. It's probably too dark.
Josh, is this better?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay. Okay, I'll give you 3 hints. He's wearing a type of shirt, he's wearing a type of short, and he's wearing a type of shoe.
Basketball player.
No. It's like, okay, that's your first guess. He's wearing like, okay, so it's a person wearing, I won't tell you the answer, but he's wearing a type of something. So guess the type of shirt, the type of pant, the type of shoes.
Okay.
Puzzling.
It's a person wearing a t-shirt, shorts, and sneakers.
Okay, you're close. I'll give you one more guess. It's not sneakers, it's something else.
I can't really see that well. Oh, flip flops.
Yeah.
That's such a weird thing.
Right?
It didn't even look like a flip flop. Well, I actually, yeah, it looked so weird. It looks so weird, like when I drew them. So we all get a point today.
Yeah.
Yay! Yay! How did you enjoy it?
Oh yeah.
It was so much fun. I think
Yeah.
Josh's
Yeah, I agree.
the police
Yeah.
car was really cool. Fascinating.
Yeah, it's kind of odd because like I'm not
Yeah.
good at drawing, so
Yeah.
and also I have an ink pen, Kevin, and this ink pen I accidentally spilled like red ink all over my hands.
Oh, is that why there's like a mark on the book?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just didn't know what that was.
Yeah, so yeah, today was a good day, right? Today was a
It
good
was. I
And
mean, the
first-
beginning was like a very powerful topic, but
Yes, certainly.
towards the end it was like good.
Yeah, and the first episode of the new year.
26. Yep.
Yeah, and actually, you know what's crazy? Immediately when I refreshed it, we cracked 63 views.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Wow. I wonder
This
who
episode.
listened.
This episode, yes, Josh.
63.
Oh wow.
I wonder who listened to us. Whoever listened to us, thank you.
Yeah. So what? Yeah. So what do you guys plan on for this week?
I know you said mine, but yeah, I guess I'll let Josh go.
I don't know what I'll be doing this week, other than working. I might be going to the Boston Convention Center on Sunday for our Massachusetts boat show, but I'm on the fence with that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It could be really good for you to network.
I'll plan out my weekend as we get closer.
Yeah, going there might be good for you to network. Yeah.
Oh, Kevin, hold your phone.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, hold your phone.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Your turn. What are you planning this week?
Yeah, as I said before, I'll be working pretty much every day, and this Thursday I'm going to do Bowling Buddies. Then I'm going to this event on Friday after work for a recreational activity. Then I'm working this Saturday. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to do it on Sunday, though. It's gonna be a pretty busy work week for me.
Yeah. Do you guys want to do the 19th or the 26th?
Oh, let's see.
Because 19th is MLK Junior Day and the 26th is nothing.
I mean, I don't mind
Go
the
for the
26th.
26th.
Oh, it's so funny that we said this at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then we could plan when we talk the 19th.
Huh?
And we could
Yeah.
plan the episode on the 19th.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, you guys want to do things on the 19th, so okay.
I mean, I requested that day off. I don't know, my
Yeah.
parents.
Yeah, and for me, I'll get my passport application done, and I will make sure that I contact certain people, companies. Yeah. Did you guys feel good today doing the episode?
Yeah, definitely. I
Yes.
think it's a great way to get things off my chest and to really start the year fresh.
And yeah, this is what you call let's argue at 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Kipper, for introducing the episode. And we have 70 raw views already, so that is amazing. That is amazing for you guys to be watching like that. 70 already is amazing. So
This is on Rumble or Facebook?
Rumble.
Just Rumble.
Well, okay. Well, so for YouTube, actually, the last stream I did got. I want to check this out. It got ooh, it got 8 views
Oh, wow.
and 3 likes.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh, is this from the last episode?
Yeah, this one has nothing. I don't know why.
Maybe it's that timing, I guess.
Although it had 1 view. It had 1 viewer, which is sad, but okay. Do you guys want to say anything before this episode ends?
Yeah, I'll say so far 2026 is going well, and I hope we stay strong this year. And hopefully this year will be a successful one.
Yes.
Yes, Josh? Oh, you want to say something?
All I have to say is, I look forward to. Yeah, I just want to say thank you for listening tonight. This was an interesting topic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Today is January 12th, 2026 at 8:24 p.m. And this is episode 71 of the Number by Number podcast. And we will see you all next time. Goodbye.
Good night.
Yeah.